popping out into the smoke as it deads. Anchoring positions here, be damned. Lysol's got a hell of a task once more. Can he pick up the pieces? Not quite.
He's been good on the entry, Kang.
Yeah. Cutting down the opposition. Big reveal, but a shot into the box just goes wide.
How did that miss?
Not too sure. Maybe not quite deep enough in terms of the shot, but he's going for it again. Still no damage. Sailing around. It's a really difficult retake now. Playing with the operator in your hands. You've got smokes on smokes. Hiding this one. Nobody's going to be the first player that they have to see if they can deal with. Leo's somehow found a kill. No man alongside it. Jumping around though, trying to avoid all of that fire. Nobody. Pressure towards the back. He's taken out. Razer, one-man army. Steps forwards once more, but a snake bite forwards. Anything to delay the time, defuse. Already going to be stuck here. Chi-Chu, monumental opportunity. Damage done. Harmon the defuse. Barely there in time. XLG drag it back up to 8.
Nice try from Shishu, but these retakes are looking good from XLG. It's very similar to round one. Another snakebite shock dart combo that you just see there. Takes down Jenny. And Nomad, the final player left in the tournament with these UK ties, picking up the AWP, finding the value, escorting his team onto angles. And despite how good EDG look at being able to secure a main and pop into the site, XLG have actually got some really nice ideas of how to put the pressure back on with a counter punch.
It's calling for caution now. EDG. They don't want to rush into anything here, but that's a big reveal with the paranoia on top of it. Raka. Hell of a shot from Kang.
He needs that.
Yeah. Completely dissipates the ult.
A lot of chunk damage being done over to nobody too. He's one away from Hunter's Fury.
Re-exploring.
Yeah, XLG are looking to grab that information. Didn't want to go aggressive again in A main. Get a little bit of a clear in mid. Don't find Shishu.
Flash though, surely going to be heard. EDG might look to speed this one up.
He's only got a judge here. Yeah. He's got to get back close.
Peeling back though, no man. He's got an operator, does adjust it in time with the charge. Running and cutting. Happy Ways getting away with bloody murder. That's unreal. The choke point off limits. No access at all.
Great shutdown as well from Nomad. He's got to step forwards there to buy Happy Way the space as he comes back close with the judge. The drone from nobody creating that pressure, and XLG, they've actually got a pretty fundamentally good defense side here cooking. They're putting a bit of pressure on early with the Phoenix ultimate. They're going and re-clearing towards mid, and then they've got a shutdown on B. And at the moment, they've got nobody playing to their tune.
That's going to have to be that save, isn't it? Seconds ticking down. That's if they can even keep hold of these guns. XLG look like they are really posturing for it. Slowly approaching here, but this has been a very cautious game so far.
It has. Both teams
seeing too much all in it.
Feeling each other out for sure. I think one reason is because XLG were expecting more aggression from EDG on the defense side, so they were very tepid in their approach. But I think one of the other reasons is that EDG don't actually have a great feel on how XLG are going to pilot this comp. Remember that this is a new composition for XLG, the Jet Phoenix. We hadn't seen them play very much of it. They came into London running it on a couple of different maps, changing it around, Breeze being one of them. And they've only showcased it once. So I think part of this is EDG coaches and IGL trying to just get a read on what XLG are doing. And the tag time I've been taken here, I think I'd be talking quite a bit about the proactivity that they're going for and their desire to try to set up for the A retakes. I think you can get into A if you're EDG. You are being able to get the plant down on the A side. But then what's the second step? Do you have to send the flank through double doors? Do you have to be using Jenny's flashes to put pressure on XLG in backside? There are extra layers here that neither of these teams have fully explored yet. And this map hangs in the balance. We already saw a big upset on map 1, XLG in home territory, getting taken down 13-10.
XLG in control for now of the map. Money flush with cash, really. You can be able to buy for the next few rounds here. It's EDG that are being pressured. We'll see if they take heed.
I got to imagine that this is just a can't round.
Yeah, you see the knives popped.
Give him the Blade Storm, give him a recon and a flash, and See if he can go crazy. I would have liked to see them even do something fast off the rip here at A main.
Very, very worried. Potential of something here from XLG, a bit of A main control perhaps, but it's not really in their wheelhouse right now.
Again, it's so cautious from both teams.
Either side willing to step into something, but now with a drone force, it's a misplaced with a dash. Kangkang's moving, he's eventually able to salvage that one moving forwards, but he's not into the backside control. The flash though, forwards, that's dodged in time. XLG still finding their mark. Rooted to the spot here, but not expecting that, not anticipating the Smoggy. He's gonna be able to see if he can get that pinch online. Shock darts, sailing away. It's decent chip damage, but at least a post plant now to be played for EDG. In a good spot here with the pit. Updraft not seeing no signs of life. Jenny might have just missed this one. Retreats back all the way to main.
I think that's a really nice reposition.
The shock dart, Smoggy's been brought down.
Chichu's alone now.
And he has to be the key player. As long as he stays up, so does the pit. Looking to fight for his life, but all eyes over towards main. Jenny gonna be spotted out now. In through the pit, Cloudburst cuts it up. They want to fight this one forwards. The right click going wide. Chichu steps forwards once more, and he's ISO the 1v1, 1v2. It's all Leo. And time, more than enough here to get the defuse online.
These retakes from XLG have worked time and again. Funky idea from EDG, changing the pathing of where Smoggy was going for. He gets a 2K with the Stinger, and then the pit absolutely made it winnable. But it's that tight spacing on retakes again. Both teams being really good at it. Putting a ton of pressure onto Jenny, who had repositioned. No man, selfless, jumps in, happy way trades. And now a very different idea from EDG. As this map starts to crawl away from them, Kangkang, the hero, the superstar, picks up an attack-sided op. Might be good to try to punish some of the aggressive plays that XLG have been making.
We'll see though. It's been very slow going. That's a big reveal up towards that top section of mid, but no man! Takes a shot, he was already trained on the perfect line.
Raga was incredible bait there.
He really was. Forced the fight to just pull him the entirety of the opposition all the way out here.
It was like a wriggling worm on a hook.
Yeah. They could not resist. Just like that. The punch and the star power, the potential of Kangkang with that attack side op is just dissipated. Orb up though, maybe you can rely on Chichu.
No man's on it again.
He's already watching for the line, just sees the peak and takes his time with a shot. Doesn't rush into things. Massive player advantage now here for XLG. Huge opportunity, underhanded with the flash again. No connection there onto Lysor. He's looking to see if he can make a go of things. Oh my goodness. Right here forwards, and this guy's feeling it. Got a hot hand, looking to take the fight straight to him. The chip damage. Eventually lay it up and up there. That's a flawless round for XLG. It's going to see fist bumps all around here, up to 11 now.
He's had a slow beginning on Breeze, but done a great job there. And did anyone have No Man jet diffing Kangkang in this matchup? Not something that he's been playing in China. No Man was playing a ton of the Waylay, that kind of stuff. Now coming out here on Kangkang's signature character, signature agent, and actually getting more impact. It's been a little bit of a quiet day from Kangkang. They've done a good job at shutting him down.
EDG not saving to drag it all the way to OT. This is a full investment, a force into it.
The big area that Kangkang's been able to have impact is when entering into the A site with that flash, with that recon. He's going to have to get past No Man.
Left guessing. Worried about the potential of fights towards A main, but that has never been the game plan outside of potentially the bonus of XLG.
Well, the more that Leo holds onto his Hunter's Fury, the more you're worried about it.
Yeah. You're going to see it here. Co-force to see if he can play the team all the way in. Flash overhead along with that null command. No, that's surely going to be caught out of the way. That is carnage. Cross-section of the beams. Seeing the Hunter's Fury unleashed on either side right now. And maybe in the middle of all this chaos, you can start to see and come up with the goods. EDG somehow still up to 5 players. Get the plant down in the midst of all of it. And that nade has just found the feet of Happy Way. He's taken out.
And look at this flank from Chichu.
Yeah.
This is the extra layer to be able to stop the XLG retake.
At this point, XLG, no real hope here. They're on a timer.
Awareness?
No, man. Hell of awareness. That's one of the players out, but it's counter spam that does solve that problem. Lysor stepping back in. 1v4 though. Time already ticking away, so he's going to be pressured in that aspect of the game. So EDG They are still showing signs of life here with a round win. It's a big one for them.
Yeah, keeping it within 2. EDG's best chances of winning this game are closing things out here on Breeze. They are undefeated in their region on this map. Losing here and sending things over to Split, where you've always got a chance at it disappearing. Went to an OT last time these two teams played in the grand finals. They're risking that top 3 guaranteed. That's what the winner is playing for here. And a chance to continue in the upper bracket with eyes on a trophy.
That's a potent reward. Being able to stay in the upper bracket gives you many opportunities to see if you can lift the trophy. It's exactly the same fashion that EDG did their run in 2024. Lifted that trophy, we're going to see it. Multitude of ultimates now being thrown out. Raga with that flash and oh my, the molly as well. Just barely missing a chance with the kill, but still the damage is done through that main control. It's a hard commitment. As they realize that the double door angle is lost, they have to commit to one of these sides. XLG, though, still might be in a bit of trouble despite the player advantage they've got. They are being pressured from multiple directions, but EDG just don't really have the manpower at this point. 2 players down, tag and a reveal. Jenny doesn't know which way to go, yet still, Jenny! It's been a saving grace, a guiding light for them, and he does it again! Denying the opportunity for XLG to get to 12, keeping his team into the round.
Bit of an overheat there, though. They had that player advantage. Jenny had done brilliantly, but he gives XLG a way back in, and the read here is really nice. No Man pivoting with the operator is going to be here in time, and Smoggy's used his smoke at elbow.
Need to receive, 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left.
No Man is going to be able to spot this presence shortly. Jump spot though, just misses the shot. Now the dash is active, misses a second one. Now quickly assailed. Chichu realizing it, got to get a plant down. Best position you're going to be in a long while, but Smoggy lurking up onto the ang, but he's just revealed. Happy Way announced himself all the way in from the back. It's getting scrappy, it's getting messy. Chichu, 4 bullets, barely out of time. The secondary sidearm for the Red Bull clutch. How has he pulled that off with 5 health? Avoya's distraught. No Man had 10 opportunities to win this round. I'm pretty sure the regen armor saved him.
It's also got to be the shorty nerf.
That's unbelievable.
Long range.
Listen,
he's been peppered.
I can't go over that frame by frame right here, but that is worth looking into. I think he's barely survived by the regen. An EDG up to 10.
There have been some unbelievably close rounds in the series already. It's slow beginnings to lots of these, but absolute carnage at the end of the rounds.
And that's what you're going to get when these teams, they know each other, played each other many a time. That familiarity. Start to see more and more risks taken as they look to get a leg up.
No Man's talked about having a short memory. If you want to be a great player, you've got to shrug things like that previous round straight off. And he's still willing to take the risk, still looking to take the fight into Chishu.
Operator, though, denied that angle just from this orb. And risky decision making. Thinking about he wants to go for the peak, but with the wall up as well, he's going to be guessing in terms of these angles. Taken up, though, he does snap to it. Good prediction, but now he's going to be swarmed. Leo does his best to try and help out. Again, kitchen sink. Whole load of Utah going to be thrown back and forth here, calling for a bit of a temperament into the round.
Lysor is on an island. He's just hoping that by tucking himself forward on bricks, the players at double doors would not spot him.
Alone here, but he's going to be hearing surely the sound cues, the rotation. Couple of footsteps. Holding tight towards the top here. The door's going to be opened up as well. That's going to be heard in terms of sound cues. It's all on Lysor really, but he's called for the reinforcements already. Force preemptive. Jenny just reacts towards the top, trying to follow the tracers, and that is the punish on Leo. EDG, they're not stopping now. Momentum is behind them.
So is Raga.
He's going to see if he can be playing spoiler to all of this one, but they have that level of awareness. A bit of a flash overheat moment. Trying to see if they can fight their way past this one. Raga trying to keep them pent in, but it's still a player disadvantage for XLG. Ult now, offloaded. Looking to see if he can take the fight straight to them. Anything to see if he can even the fight out. Sidestepping, walking into it, somehow finding the kills. Happy Way, time to come alive, and he earns himself the kills now. They know where Smoggy is. Pressure on him still. Happy Way with the happy feet. Dodging and juking the bullets. XLG find the 12th.
That old school core of XLG, Happy Way, Raga, sync up together. One at the front and one at the back. The pressure was too much for EDG to overcome. Jenny must be devastated because these rounds, he keeps making them winnable. He keeps creating the play to put his team in position to win, or at least to be able to pull the gap back.
Hesitancy there in terms of how to challenge Raga. Costly. One more round is all it'll take, and XLG will send this all the way to Split.
What a banger map that would be to finish on.
Already unexpected results that we're seeing so far in this series. Paranoia to refight this time. It's going to be Raven to counterplay. Util goes both ways. Dash is going to be wasted early here. Shock dart sailing. Ricocheting into the back. It's chipping down the opposition. EDG feeling flustered here.
Again, Lysor is the one playing alone, playing in front, looking to try to win the round with a multi-kill, which is kind of crazy. He whiffed the last time. Jenny had a great response. Lysor backs up safely, reconnects with the rest of the team. EDG cut noise. They're looking either to punish some kind of reclear or just look to dissolve the defensive setup, hopefully spread them out around the map. That's that noise as well. Trying to keep Leo's attention pinned towards double doors.
Deep dart though. You gotta break that. Oh my, that's a reveal onto 2.
Low sense moment.
That's not good. Spoiled the surprise. You're trying to pull the attention away. This time XLG, they're gonna have all eyes really settled forwards.
They have one flash. What's
Angle.
the cooldown on the recon?
Knife's back up though. 30 seconds left. It's all or nothing. EDG survive in this map. Dart and a flash up towards the top there. Lysor finally conceding that space, but Leo's still there. He's found his mark onto Kankang. Moving forwards though. Sidestep. Raga is on ice skates here. This guy just battering his way through, and he's got the support of Leo. Off from the side, a 3-piece already. Time pressure, far too much. XLG surely have secured the win, and with that they do. Split will be the decider.
Let's go! Let's go!
Hungry, bro!
I'm treating you guys, bro.
You hungry, hippo?
I'm treating you guys, baby.
I'm so hungry, bro.
Here with nobody of EDG, nobody, this is your 5th time playing against XLG this year. What did the preparation look like?
其实 XLG 很强嘛，然后之前我们每次都5-5开嘛，但是就像我们在我在国内总决赛上跟队友说过的是，我们只要走到总决赛，然后看到这个奖杯就没有输过，然后在这一次在这里，我想说我们世界赛内战就没有输过。
And I think XLG is a pretty strong team, and I know what's the stress of them. And also, as I said at Grand Final before in Stage 1, and when we see the trophy, we didn't lose the game. So this time, I think it's like we have to win against them and we have to lose against them. But this time, I think maybe we have the confidence to beat them because in the past global competitions, we didn't lose to team from our region.
History may repeat itself on the global stage.
Losing all my thoughts to you. Tired as hell, I'm trying to
Welcome back, one and all, to VCT London as we get ready for our third matchup. Our third map of this incredible series. XLG managing to force it against EDG on their pick of Breeze. We're going to split to settle the score. It's going to be awesome. But let's go ahead and jump into what we were seeing in that game, because honestly, one of the things that stuck out immediately was we were seeing the composition choices here from EDG. We know that this was a map that XLG did not necessarily thrive in before. This time around, they made some key changes. What were those, Mini?
Yeah, the key thing for me was how XLG were taking the center of the map like Mimi was asking for, and then splitting, because EDG were playing far too passive, often playing 2B, 3A, nothing towards middle, and I criticized their harbor uses before, and it was the same here. They're not using the harbor to flood the sites, they're not using it to retake, they're using it to hard hold, and that is not how you play the harbor. We see the wall going out there, and they're trying to hard hold against this A split, and look, there's just open lines everywhere for them to get picked apart there.
Yeah, it was really an excellent game plan from XLG. I think the only rounds they started to lose on this attacking side was when they moved away from their read to constantly fight for mid control, and they started to just try and go into site execs and really play into that hard anchoring harbor, which I agree with you is not the optimal way to play the agent. But what I respect is that late in that half, XLG timeout, they return to the hits, and now is the difference maker in a very close game to exploit that weakness yet again and get it over the line.
XLG did win both pistols, and that has been a theme. They've won all the pistols today, but I think they should have won this map much more, given what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll be honest. I was on a TMV stream, and I saw that one round where they had all the ults and kind of caved at that moment, and then somehow Raga pulls off a 3K, and I thought it was a wrap for XLG at that moment, because it felt like they had everything lined up perfectly for them. And that's actually one of the people in the squad that actually was popping off a little bit. I wasn't too crazy about the Phoenix, but Raga made me a fan.
Yeah, and it's so important that Raga is playing like this. You look at the historic global event showings for this XLG lineup, and he's always the guy to underperform. He's talked in interviews of times down and out on himself, critiquing his own play, very much in his own head. And that to me was one of the biggest reasons why this team could not deliver at global events in the past. But so far here, in the playoffs, he has been good, and he's playing as well as he was in China in this game to help bring them to a third.
Yeah, and I think some of the key things for me that he was making some of those confident, proactive plays that we weren't seeing from EDG on their defense side. And to me, having him in confidence, I've been saying it the entire time, him and Happyway together are firing, this squad can do everything.
Yeah, you really just can't be afraid to get your hands a little dirty in those situations. That's exactly what Raga was aiming to do there, and mission accomplished at the very least for Breeze. But another big head-to-head though that, and well, I do want to address the elephant in the room, poor Noman, with the 3 op shots that did not connect, heard around the world. But even then though, it was still a great series for him, even with a couple of those stumbles. And you're going up against Kong, so you literally need to give your absolute best every single time, guys.
It has been a better day overall for Noman in my mind, even with that round that everyone's remembering towards the end of Breeze. Kong has been pretty well shut down in map 1. It was good utility to get his off the line. Here again, he was put in positions where he was constantly trying to hard anchor sites with that operator, and the XLG trading was really good into it. Normally, he is the man who has the aura on these big events. He's running around in circles. He's performing in these matches. But not only have XLG shut down their key player of their opponent, but their players are rising to that same stage.
Yeah, going into split, I love that head-to-head because Kong's going to be on that jet. That is where he shines the most. But Noman, in the last split game they played, that race, his entries were phenomenal. I loved watching him play, and I think if both of them are doing the things that we know they can do, then it's going to be a all bangers end on split moment.
Yes, and it should be. If you're a fan of VCTCN, you'll remember the final. It was a 5-mapper, but the difference maker was in overtime, 17-15 on split. That's why EDG have the trophy. That's why they're the #1 seed at this event. So for XLG, not only is it an opportunity to beat the team that they haven't been able to beat in the big game so far, but a chance to do it on the map that lost them the final.
Well, you know, Minnie, you've been in this situation as a coach plenty times in your career where you know back's against the wall, you're the favorite, but yet this plucky underdog team is finding ways to exploit your setups, your plans. How do you bounce back, get ready for this map 3, and win on split?
I think it's just a normal team talk, just remaining calm. As the coach, if you're remaining calm, then the players are going to follow suit. So I think it's about remaining calm, maybe a plan of how to get Kong Kong activated. I don't know him. I don't know how he likes to be treated. But whatever it is, the coach needs a little bit of a chat with Kong Kong here and just be like, look, it's your moment.
Yeah.
Time to shine.
Yeah, no, it's very true. I mean, and on your end, Mimi, how do you feel about XLG in this situation? Because you know that they have to be feeling it here. Like, hey, we are one game away from locking top 3. Highest placement for Shilai Gaming could be a massive achievement.
But I don't think they'll be feeling the pressure right now.
Yeah.
I think that's squarely with EDG. You are supposed to beat up the rest of China. They have for years. It's the first time that has slipped between Bangkok and now. But now they're back on top, trying to make it to their 3rd top 3 in history. That would be more than any other CN squad by far. But across the stage for XLG, they can feel it. They can feel that they're finally delivering. They've been to international, they've choked on the big stage so many times, and now they're so damn close.
Yeah, it really is fascinating to see this development of XLG over the course of their appearances at global events, Mini, and it only just feels natural that they would have gotten to this point as we get ready for the Agent Select.
Yeah, I think the confidence is key. I think we said Wendler was on the desk and he was saying that CN regionally, they have the firepower, they have that confidence, but it doesn't always translate here, and it's beautiful to see for both these teams it is.
Last time these teams played, my favorite rounds for Shilai were their trap plays on defense with the Waylay. I think that is the biggest advantage that this Omen, or rather this Waylay has over the Jet on the other side. EDG like to call a lot of rounds where they're contacting kind of slowly, having nobody try and sell fakes on the other side. I think that's a weakness, but where Shilai struggles is against the hard hits when EDG just started sending it on them in that final.
I think for me it's about XLG getting B main information. With the way that EDG play with a lot of 4-1s, I think that if XLG can just control that space or re-info that space, it's going to give a lot of reads as to where EDG want to finish.
Pressure's on here for Shilai Gaming here, right? But as you had mentioned, EDG, they are certainly going to be reeling if they slip up in these first early rounds.
Yeah, this is a return to the same narratives we've been talking about all day. This is home for EDG. This is the position they've been in many times before. They always beat this team in big games, but it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Shilai.
London, we're going to map 3! Oh, come on, London! I said we're going to map 3! Make some noise as we get ready for the action. Send it over to your casters once again. Keep the energy up. Brennan Sideshow, take it away.
That's right, it's map 3 split. All bangers end on this one here between these two teams, two titans of China. One of them living in the shadow of the other, but potentially a chance to upset that narrative entirely here as we watch them clash.
Which one of these teams is going to make the podium at minimum here in London with champs at Shanghai on the horizon? To focus in on Split, EDG, they are 4-1 on Split in VCTCN, with 2 of those wins coming over XLG. But it did go to OT in the grand finals, as Mimi was talking about. I've got another narrative for you, Brent.
Yeah, send
XLG have never lost a map 3 at Globals. They are 4-0, 3 of which came right here. They either get blown out of games or they win in the important final map.
Might be the case here. As you can see on your screens, they got booted out of the game. We're going to be starting it up again momentarily. Shouldn't be long.
Well, let's talk about some of the players then and how they'll be feeling stewing before Split gets online. This game so far, if you look from a big picture, has been Happyway and Chishu battling it out. Who's the best out of these Sentinel players in China? Kangkang has not actually had a great game. If you're looking towards Kangkang as being the player, the main character, the protagonist, he's been underperforming. He hasn't had his big moment. This could be it here on Split as he comes out playing Jet again. Instead, it's been people like Raga or Gianni who've been rewriting their narratives as being underperformers in bigger moments. They've actually stepped up to the plate and delivered in crucial impact rounds when it matters.
Raga himself, he's talked about it, the mental struggles that he's had in terms of performing and carrying that performance from China where he dominates onto the global stage too. But words of encouragement from Kangkang. It's all love at the end of the day between these two teams. A lot of sportsmanship being shown between them.
It's the duelist duo for EDG that I think the pressure is on. They're starting on the attack side, and both of these guys have got more to give. Smoggy was the highest rated player during that grand finals inside of China. He went plus 29 across the BO5 to beat XLG. Kangkang and Smoggy have got so much more that they can give, and this attack side should put them in great positions.
Well, here we go. We're jumping into the game here for the pistol round of Split. If that grand finals is anything to go off of, this one should be going to distance, and it should be an absolute banger. Time ticking down. Let's see what these teams have got now as we see it all kick off. Opening up, it was slow going throughout the entirety of Breeze. Both of these teams not willing to really make too much of a hasty move.
And XLG have won every pistol in the series so far.
Okay, see if the trend keeps going. Oh man, slight jiggle there with a nade. Spots the players out, he's going to send that one flying forwards. Ricocheting is util used on either side, but no hard committal from EDG.
EDG's great strength on Split is that both of their duelists are very competent at being able to get in an entry. Together, they can be unstoppable, but in rounds like this, Kangkang very happy to go and have a wander in mid.
He's alone doing it. Dangerous tidings, yeah, Raga's just going to be taking him out.
More of the same, isn't it? Raga getting the better end of Kangkang.
It really is, yeah. Game of timings, I think. Kangkang just taking peek, trying to clear through sections of mid, but maybe could be evened out. Nobody taking a quick little pot shot, but this is quite scared stuff, really. No hard committal right now. Paranoia finally sweeping, but look at Happy Way. High ground on the perch. Hammering down. Led onto the opposition here. Jenny softened up. Barely alive. Has to limp away from this one, but 10 HP. You've got to make a go for things. Flash forward doesn't connect, but already know where the signs of life is, and time's already running far too short here. EDG have run out of options. They have to find a way forwards here and now, but already reinforcements arriving. XLG have got this entire site under lock and key. They keep that trend moving.
5 out of 5 pistols going the way of XLG. One got upset on Lotus, so things are not over just yet. Man, Raga, that pep talk, Kangkang is going to be regretting it.
That's what I'm saying.
One enemy
Raga finally unleashed. I know people watching at home, myself included, have been waiting for a time for Raga to really activate.
I've been waiting for XLG to activate for years. It was one of my favorite teams that was on the come-up in China. It's taken them a long time to show it at Globals. A reminder that prior to London, they had only won a single series at a global event against Sentinels.
Now potent beginning here. Caught out to the open. Raga, quick reactions, able to dash his way out of there, but Kangkang's going to be hot onto the heel, still covered by Leo from the side. Running and gunning and sidestep, and most of this one here with the Spectre in hand. It's a good weapon for the job here because it can dissipate the potential danger of the eco just like that.
Almost a fumble. XLG have won every pistol, but said it before, they let one slip afterwards on Lotus. I thought we were about to see the same again with Raga caught out of position. But Chishu dipping his toes in.
He's trying to bait a shot.
Don't think he's got much chance of being able to convert this one, though.
No.
Any damage, I suppose, would be decent, but...
Make them work for it.
Yeah. This is going to be another opportunity for XLG to just think about what they want to do. Normally, these rounds early on are pre-planned, especially when you have so much knowledge of what your opponents are up to. Yeah. I think that Breeze was such a bizarre game because both teams were incredibly familiar with each other.
Trying to get one step ahead constantly. They were both anticipating a main aggression, wasn't really happening. Setups were being changed across the board. I think you're exactly on the money with it.
I think the norm that you would expect from both of these teams in this half is that XLG normally play quite passively on defense, though they do look to re-clear over towards A ramp. They don't re-clear B main very often, don't re-clear mid. And EDG normally go for a lot of double duelist site pops. Now, that's what they normally do, but so far in this series, because they're so comfortable with each other, they've always been trying to mix it up.
Adjusting the game plans.
That puts a lot of pressure on the IGLs, the coaches, the players even. Just remember what the adjustment of the game plan is. Lean away from your scrim experience.
A heavy stack here from XLG in through mid.
This is another thing, though, that EDG like to rely on, is nobody faking through mid as they go for A-pops.
Can be a bit of a tell. You get a read ahead of it when you see that set. Okay,
oh, yeah, Raga.
Yeah, Raga's just immediately double dash away over towards the A space. Being taken up though rapidly by EDG as they just dash straight into the fight, but in an anchor position, holding tight, tuck to elbow. Still could be playing spoiler. Leo still there. He's only got a Spectre for it, so not going to be favored when he takes that fight out. Chichu ripping his head clean up, but here in that reload, pressing the advantage. Snowman is all the way in there. Satchel has to be broken. This one out of guns! He's got a Spectre in his hands. This is all gone to pot. Not ideal here for XLG, but for EDG, they keep it clean towards the end, just losing the one.
It's a scrambly round from XLG. With rifles back, we're going to hope that we don't see them lose their heads like that. They weren't expecting the aggression. No man absolutely didn't think that nobody was going to swing with 13 HP.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Can't predict him.
No, you really cannot predict what nobody is going to do. Seen this for year on year. EDG set up to put pressure towards A. Look at the pings on the minimap. Look at the way that Raga, Leo holding towards this one.
Got the operator holding towards the flower pot. Someone needs to break this util for him, and he's primed, ready to escape just in case. And there it is. Flash in their face, up trapping the dash up towards that heaven angle. Nate's also going to be sailing over. You got util still back out. Smoggy is in there like a rocket. Can't be stopped. Just blitzing over the opposition. The sight is entirely theirs, cracked wide open. And the decision is made for XLG. The remaining players, Lysol Nomad, forces a step back and try and hold on to the guns.
That's the duelist value you've been hoping to see from EDG. Unleashed here. Smoggy, way faster than XLG were ready for on the double dive into sight. Kankan goes up towards heaven. Backhands a player there too. These are two players that have yet to really have their impact in this match. And they're going to be extremely happy that it ends on split. Both players that, if they're in peak form, give EDG a great chance at running not just to a podium spot, but to a potential title.
By now, we know full well pressure to bright lights doesn't really affect them that much.
If it did, they wouldn't have a Champs Trophy.
Exactly. There's been many an iconic moment here on split for EDG, for Kankang specifically.
It's genuinely incredible that they've kept so much of their roster together over the years.
It really is.
And they're still performing at this kind of level.
Yeah.
You would expect a roster like this to either have made more changes or to just slowly fade out of relevance, but they've always been there. Even when they were slumping in the Yoru meta, they were fighting, they were still turning up to events. They still looked like they had players that were dangerous. And now it's comfort again. A double duelist meta where you get Kankang on Jet and Smoggy on Raze, and no pressure on the B site here whatsoever.
That's dangerous. Right situation here for them. They are walking all the way up. There's not a single piece of util being used. Just primed, ready for the reaction and the contact being caught here, but just with a Spectre, at least a Stinger from range, not going to be doing too much here. The Snakebite to stop them in their tracks from really scaling a little bit deeper here. This fight's been squared up to across the map. Quad 4 now with the discipline. Double face from XLG looking to clear their way out, make sure that Chichu can't play the backstab.
No man's a player with a rifle and close to a showstopper. If there was any chance for XLG, it might be in his hands.
Just waiting for the smokes to dissipate for now, though. Finally, taken away. Smoggy. Smoke in his face. Double dash. Up towards it. Over. Not quite landing it. These players are lined all the way up. EDG. But a superior weaponry. They've got those rifles and they're able to at least slap down the opposition. XLG can only do so much in this spot. And Lysol surely going down indeed. Bit labor towards the end of the spray down, but Duelist getting active and a good read by EDG, always alternating.
It's really nice, and it also shows you how good the coordination is between Kankang and Smoggy on this map. The way that Kankang execs on top of this newsstand, and then you create these high-low setups. In this spot, even with Jenny going back into that position after Kankang's fallen off of it, they're always in positions where they can play off each other. In terms of the team play, in terms of that micro, I think that's one of the areas that has kept EDG on top. A fight.
Not ready for it. Almost realizing that XLG might just try. Posture themselves up. That boom bot doesn't get broken. Kankang is 7 HP. The heal's coming out, but this guy's blind as anything. Jenny, luckily the savior. Could have gone all too wrong there. Seeker's going to get broken.
Immense amount of faith that Kankang had in his team.
Yeah.
They let him fall with the boom bot, but they saved his life as Leo pop flash back in. It's a bit of a race to the result as well. No Man, Smoggy, both one away.
Both looking to deny the opportunity for that orb in B main to get farmed.
I think that's why there was such a brawl over it. XLG don't normally fight in that area of the map, but no one wants to try to contest it as well if Smoggy goes for it.
Lysol looking in a different direction now entirely. He was holding on to that mid-control.
They weren't proactive on A based on the B pressure, so now they're lacking information, XLG.
Moves to happy way.
Look how passive they are.
Oh, they are walking all the way.
They're just
up,
gambling,
all
eh?
this space, gambling. A 4v5. It's a hell of a call to make, and it is the wrong read.
We've seen so many of these rounds from DRG and XLG on Split, where they gamble A if they feel like they don't have enough information. This is because they played the macro wrong about a minute ago. They should have tried to take a step forwards on A ramp as EDG were creating that brawl and winning that brawl over towards B main.
Now they're left guessing and probably playing a retake here.
Well, I don't think they're even going to play the retake. They normally just save in these spots.
Save, I should say, yeah.
But isn't that insane to be saving in a 4v5 spot like this?
It's a hell of a gamble, isn't it? And you just give up full map control, but it...
And the thing is, they always gamble A. Anytime they have a gamble round like this, it always leans A. There are definitely still holes for XLG's defense.
Tendencies left to be punished and
as well as they
real
played.
time.
And this is Noman without a death, even getting up to the Razer that he was one away with. He's essentially been AFK in this round. And now Smoggy's outpaced him. Won the fight.
Next round, he's going to be able to utilize that. There's no time really for Noman unless he's able to get an exit kill. It's only Kankan going hunting here, but yeah, he just doesn't want anything to do with it.
And he's got the money. Threw a Cloudburst at them as a parting gift, and XLG get to keep those 4 guns.
Could be worried about giving the point to Noman, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an absolutely diabolical slow-mo replay.
They got the important kill, though.
It's looking like me in ranked.
All eyes on Smoggy here. He won the race with Noman to be able to get the showstopper online early. They have an anti-setup for it. Jenny's putting in, Lysor putting himself in a position where it should be a little bit difficult to kill him with this ult.
Yeah. He's going to be immediately conceding, though, that high ground space with a flash in his face.
His teleport is going to have to be good.
It really is. I mean, this is going to be it, surely. Trailblazer forwards. Gets the acknowledgement up towards heaven. They contact as much as they can possibly bear. Now they're going to be sending it with a paranoia. It's going to get that blind, but as a showstopper, that's going to be going. And a complete miss there. Not anticipating it, but still the weaponry and still the gunfire. Reign supreme for EDG. Stamped a mark of authority upon this site now, and once more the decision is made. XLG cowering away. Noman still with no opportunity to build up to this ult.
Still not getting up to the showstopper here.
He died yet?
He's out of the round. XLG have got to be feeling miserable about the way that these final 2 rounds have gone. But they actually had a great chance at shutting that down. Lysor didn't get targeted by the Raze ultimate. Instead, Smoggy turning his attention towards any player that might have tried to flood in. Yeah. It's a nice idea. It isolates him. And the trades are just coming out so well. This feels like XLG need to wake up, need to bring the fight to EDG, need to remember that they are playing to win in these rounds. Need to remember how well they've done already at Masters London and have some of that self-belief.
Right now, it's only one side that believes that EDG playing like it. Looking like prime EDG in terms of the way that they're scaling, taking the fights together. Yeah, they do.
And take a look at this in the replay. Deleting Raga at top, but also just putting so much pressure on Lysor. They know where Lysor is, and they just trap him in the back. These rounds have not been it for XLG, and I think the timeout is absolutely needed. Pavoya's got to talk to them. Got to get them finding some ways of creating pressure. The problem for XLG is they've never demonstrated in the games that I've watched that they can go aggressive down mid, go aggressive with a full push out A, do something different that actually punishes this B-pop. And I think EDG can just stick to bread and butter stuff with their double duelist, and XLG are really going to struggle. Raga's slumped back. He's got to find it within him to bring the fight forwards.
Tough going.
This next round is not going to be the time for it. They've only got 2 weapons, despite going for saves. They don't have the money.
After the work of scraps, really, EDG should be gearing up to take a 6th round. Only the pistol going away of XLG. And they've been consistent over the course of the series, but you need more than just the pistols. They've shown that even at this tournament, to be honest, with some of their play. But EDG, a scary team with momentum behind them, especially with that self-confidence, the belief.
It's just crazy how close all of XLG are to their ultimates, and yet they haven't been able to get them because they've been saving so much.
passive far back setup. Looking to absorb any potential aggression. Goes their way, deep flash. No connection here, so taking ramp control looks to be the name of the game for EDG, but then immediately pivoting. Bit of a bait and switch here. To nade forwards. Flash into the face of Kankang, but still getting active now. Cloudburst against it, preventing the re-swing. No man, no man. This guy's head on a swivel. Doesn't know which way to look. This is pure brilliance and sublime execution into the side from EDG. It's going to take a lot. Raga, even his best efforts, can't even come up with a kill there. Had to refract back, and surely it's going to be going down. That's crazy. Jenny winning that one out.
It looks so drilled, so beautifully coordinated from EDG. I love the A-ramp default as well into XLG's defense. I think that's such a good game plan. Even if it's in a rifle v rifle round, I think that should work well. And they know now that Happyway is on the flank. They've just taken space everywhere else. Finally the ults come online for XLG. This next round, it has to be now.
That's what the timeout was for. You got to see that turnaround right here, right now. Otherwise, EDG running away with a map.
What beautiful coordination here. Throwing that cloudburst to make it difficult for Nomad to peek, and then setting up a jump with the teleport.
It's really nice.
So that you guarantee the kill on the A side.
I'm telling you, it's looking like prime EDG.
It is, yeah.
It's feeling reminiscent. When he went on that run at Champs in 2024, it was through the upper bracket and it was built off the back of powerful fundamentals, individuals popping off, but also the anti-strat, the preparation.
Well, this is finally the round where XLG have taken the tag timeout, have got the ults, and EDG are mixing it up already with Kankan going for the attack op. This is going to be a slower round, looking to try to put the pressure on Raga. This is something we've seen already. It can be a weakness. Raga's left alone here a ton, and as long as you save a Trailblazer or a Flash to deal with this, he's going to find it very difficult to hold the line.
Yeah. It's the benefit of the attack side Viper wall. It's not going to be cutting off the line here, so he can sit for now, but like you said, as soon as some util is going to be used by nobody, will be forced to make a decision.
Just has to be patience here.
Here's the Trailblazer, and he's immediately getting out. Doesn't want anything to do with that one. Seeker's going to be used as a response. I mean, XLG just trying to guess where these players could be, but all three of them moving up towards ramp and A main. Spells it out, really. Blind getting hit there onto nobody up towards that heaven angle, but it is open. XLG, they have a stack of bodies, 4 ready to respond over towards A, but still slow going for EDG. We've only about 38 seconds left. Showstopper now, and a re-clear. It's a shot that goes wide, along with the rocket. The dash to disengage is beautiful. Kankang's there still. Happyway watching.
30 seconds left.
On through mid.
Incredibly important kill, Brent, for Happyway to be able to get, because this pivot's going back with barely any time.
There's only 20 seconds.
Kankan trying to juggle an op and a Vandal out through spawn.
I'm not too sure what the hell the plan is here, but there's only 16 seconds left, and now you're going to make a move, a go of things. You don't have heaven control. You're ahead of this one now, but a Paranoia moving forwards. Convergent passes waiting for a DTP. Anything to get these players into the side of Lysol. Lysol! Damage done from that sidearm once more! And pure precision towards the end.
Raga even keeping the Waylay ult in the bank. XLG save one of those incredibly important ultimates and showcase they do have what it takes to shut down these slower rounds, at least, from XLG. But if Happyway had not had his eyes on Smoggy here, if Smoggy had been able to pick up that lurk kill, the whole of the B defense collapses. Massively important for Happyway to have that awareness that there was going to be a lurk coming through somewhere towards mid or B. And credit to Leo too, because his aggressive position over on A heard all of the players retreating.
So making the right adjustments here for XLG, showing the fight hasn't left them yet.
But I think it's a good idea for Kankan to go back to the Vandal.
Yeah.
The attack side up, you're just playing at the tempo that XLG wants. It's the power of the double duelist popping into the sights. That's been what's winning rounds for you.
Yeah, with the rifling behind it. XLG have not been able to hold a candle against it. And now again, Lysol. It's going to be tested. Up to him if he can answer all of this pressure coming his way. Now with the Trailblazer, there's a Paranoid that sweeps forward again, but he's not looking to evacuate. Help arriving, but Happyway is going to be blinded up, and this is an awkward engagement still. Everybody watching it could snap to the side. Smoggy! Smoggy is doing this all, basically, and now EDG, they follow through on all that threat and the pressure that was created. Get a plant down and brings Leo into this 1v3, excuse me.
It's a 1v2 on the site, though, because Chishu's looking for him over towards Vent and Ropes. So he might have an opportunity, but he'd have to be given a free kill early on.
We'll see. EDG look like they're not in a mood to really let slip in terms of discipline, and neither is the aim. It's been unreal form from Jenny. right when his team required it, but it looks like on this map, not really even necessarily the case. The entries of Kang Kang and Smoggy have been obliterating them.
Yeah, this map has been the Kang Kang and Smoggy show on the attack side, but I really do think that there's a great argument to make that Jenny's been their most important player in the run so far.
For the series and for the whole tournament.
Yeah, he's just been excellent.
Yeah.
He really has. He's stepped up enormously. The growth that he's gone on and the redemption tour that he's currently in after being taken out of the team roster for a while and inserted back in. It's brilliant stuff. XLG still do not have an answer to what's going on towards B. Lyso's trying to fake this teleport right now to draw some pressure out of EDG. They're going to have to clear this, but they're just calling the bluff entirely.
To contact constantly.
They didn't even use any util to clear that. They just didn't believe Lyso was there.
Just walked all the way in. There wasn't enough behind it. Now with a deep smoke, lay it down. Nade sailing. Lyso still holding on to some of his util.
It's the mid lurk that you need to be paying attention to.
And there it is. Noman is going to be spotting those signs of life now with the Sastrals flying forwards. Anything to stop this, stem this one all the way coming through. I mean, through. That's going to be a deep dash all the way. Happy Way barely getting it under control there with a rifle spam. Still leaping into the pit. Anything to see if they can cut this one out of action. Chichu. Perfect time to activate. All that sound pressure. Heads were turned away. Now plant down into the safety of the default position. It's 2v3. XLG. Gonna make a go of this. Ult's expended here. The Seekers reveal at least the positioning now. Rifle picked up, exchange now. Leo, there's a bit more threat to it, but still, how do you get past this mechanical obstacle?
Raga's taking the long way around. He's got an ult. He's gonna use it.
Use it now from the corner. Gonna be trying to catch and push his players out, but Leo just doesn't play off that pressure well enough. Nice adjustment. Sidestepping with most of this one, but time is ticking and it's planted. The safe tuck position. Wraps all the way to heaven, and a bullet to the dome is all en Raga there.
I've just got so many nice things to say about the way that EDG are playing this attack side. They've been threatening Kang Kang on a solo lurk through mid in a lot of these rounds. He dashes into a smoke here, and then they don't expect Chishu because they think it's the solo Kang Kang lurk again in more of a 4-1 setup. A double play where you get to bait Kang Kang, but he also becomes part of the twist, part of the pinch. It's beautiful stuff. The prep work, Autumn deserves a lot of credit. I know that there were questions about him stepping into the coaching role for EDG, but they look immaculate here.
It's looking really good. Double flash as well to push back the ramp aggression. Happy Way. He's only got a share of the work within a spot like this, and he's already disengaging. Backs to the wall over towards his A side, and it's going in a completely different direction here. Even I'm guessing, but body blocked, I think, by the dog.
This is why I love the A-ramp default and A-heaven default from EDG. Look at how XLG are now just completely isolated on the A side.
It's inserted a wedge into the middle of A-heaven.
How can anyone come to even help Leo and Happy Way?
Double jump down. Inserting themselves here. Smoggy with that judge.
And if you give him a kill, a showstopper too.
Yeah, happy to play with it here. Hold on, you open up into the sightlines. Leo spotting out at least, knowing that Kang Kang is there, but
they're just stuck. It would rely on some outrageous individual moment from Leo or Happy Way now.
Anything to batter their way out of this corner they have penned themselves into right now, and the weapon in hand, just a Sheriff Happy Way finds himself one. He's still alive and kicking somehow. Smoggy off to the side. That's a showstopper. Chichu forwards. My God, denying all sorts of space and more. EDG surely up to 9 now. Lyso just with a Spectre, and that is swift work. Mincemeat made of him up towards that heaven angle. 9-3 for EDG. An absolutely fantastic attack side round, and calling overall on the half.
Considering that XLG won the pistol round, and EDG haven't been able to find one, that was utter dominance.
Yeah.
That really is champs winning form from EDG.
Now looking to see if they can close this one out, secure at least a minimum podium finish. We'll see how it's all decided after this. We were talking about that champs winning form, a 9-3 half for EDG. They're looking well-versed and prepared, I think, for everything that XLG were going to throw at them. But not just that, the mechanical ability and individuality on display. And that exec style, the double duelist just bursting into the sights. XLG could not do a thing.
We told you that Kangkang and Smoggy had much more to give. We've seen it before, obviously. But this half, they took over. The game plan, the ideas.
Walls up, though. It's going to be taking their timing forwards, but the Boombot is very well timed at that. It's going to be big reveal, flash forwards. It's going to be blinding up these players as they work towards mid. Looking to put a bit of a crunch on in case there was somebody there, but no one's home.
Kind of risky from Leo.
Yeah, he's the one with a spike.
And look at how much space nobody has taken in the meantime. Off all of that A-ramp pressure, nobody is super confident to just walk forwards. This is going to be hard if XLG commit to B. It'll be hard to dig him out of that position.
Space though, players were starting to dissipate away, pull away back. Satchels are forwards now, and that's going to be spelling out the game. XLG looking to see if they can make their mark over towards this side. There's a game of timings here with Jenny. Right-clicking away. Not finding too much though. Not a plan going down without too much pushback. Still that B main position. This is absurdity by nobody.
They're triple re-clearing him.
Triple re-clear to try and find out where he is.
They still haven't found him.
Nope, he is tucked so damn tight. What a hell of a read. Raga. Knife out, and there's nobody. Pouncing and striking right where it hurts. Kangkang walking his way all the way up onto the side. Now a flash as well. Monumental connection. This XLG just being absolutely toppled, whittled away at this point. Still half onto the defuse, going to be earned up, and these shots need to land. Damage done to Jenny, but he's still alive and kicking it at the defuse. Earns them the pistol that eluded them.
Couldn't be a worse time for XLG to finally end the streak. A 7-round lead. What a brilliant play by nobody. That's that level of defensive reaction that you had to see in the first half from XLG. But more than that, the fact that he takes B main is great. The fact that he continues going and tucks himself in that corner, the perfect distance for Raga to stop thinking about it. It's immaculate. Look what it means to Kangkang. And EDG are going to force. Of course they are. They have to.
All or nothing. Ramp take, rapid as that.
There.
Just with the stingers in their hands though, and they're priming a bits and piece of the util, the nade. It's pretty perfect here from Smoggy. Clears the way, buys a bit of time for potentially rotates to come in. Kangkang's going to be waiting on the sidelines by the wings now. Double satchel forwards here, but the punish is a good paranoia, but no connection to the kills. It's all Kangkang and Smoggy once more. Anchoring positions unaccounted for, and that is just tearing them asunder.
A nail in the coffin. XLG with only 3 rounds, a last hurrah as they go for the force. They've just got to buy in every round from here and try to make some miracle happen. But EDG have been too good today.
One enemy remaining.
This split is absolute dominance.
11-3. No hope at all off the back end of that force. XLG, of course, forced to do it again. Working with the stingers. No more breathing room. Not many more chances to stay alive in this one here.
And that killer instinct from EDG. You've seen it before. They are not going to let their foot off their gas.
Smoggy, judge in hand. He likes to play for this one here. And that's a brutal angle. Close quarters is where it thrives. Nobody now might get his chance soon enough here with the Utah. Oh my God, priming it into the hands. Nobody. It's good target prioritization, softening up a couple of these targets. Backpedaling out, peeling all the way back, and Anchor Smoke's going to be layered down to play in and around. Jenny, though, is surrounded, swarmed. Damage, though, done, and potentially you can do it. Yes, it's disjointed from XLG. Lysor, no man might be able to salvage this one still. Kang forwards, Cloudburst down, he's sidestepping most of this. Kang! It's prime form!
It's Kang's world and we're all living in it. A Red Bull clutch. He just knows he's going to win this. The decisiveness and the aggression. Cloudburst to smoke off Lysor, and he puts the pressure, the squeeze on No Man. Fumbling with util in hand.
It's 13-3 to finalize split. EDG and never a team blinded by the lights, they feel empowered by it.
EDG turned XLG into a side character in their story. The protagonists march on. A minimum podium finish. A great try today in those first two maps from XLG, but they got outpaced. The aura of Kang and Smoggy finally coming online on split. There is nothing but respect between these two teams. What a performance at this tournament from both of them so far. XLG will have more to give in the lowers, I am sure of it.
Absolutely.
But EDG march on with their eyes set firmly on another trophy.
Basking in the cheers, the roar of the crowd. This is an EDG squad that, when the form is hitting, when the time is right, when the conditions are met, you just know, you have the belief, we've seen them do it before. The possibility sitting at the back of our minds, can they go all the way once more?
The region was looked down on across these last two tournaments. They failed. Their compatriots failed to put China back on the map. But here at London, in front of a crowd that wants them to go forwards, wants them to lift that trophy, they're going to be alongside PRX as one of the tournament favorites.
Absolutely. That could be a potential match, one hell of a one. We find out. Still another match to be played later today. We'll decide quite a bit.
Yeah, Vitality are going to have something to say about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to be trying to shut this one down entirely for EDG, though. And bask in the glory of the moment here. Earn themselves a significant spot as they move forwards in the uppers. For now, though, we're going to set it down to the floor. Frankie standing by for the Verizon post-match interview.
I've got Nobody, the IGL of EDG, for an interview. First of all, Nobody, how different was it to play XLG today compared to when you beat them in the VCT China finals?
因为上一次交手是在第一赛段的一个总决赛嘛，那今天再一次对战到 XLG， 有什么你觉得不太一样的地方吗？
我觉得其实没什么不一样吧，然后他还是我们比较熟悉的那个 XLG。
I think there are no big difference because they're the XLG that we are very familiar with.
And what was it like to play XLG in those pistol rounds today? You managed to win the last one on split, but the other ones looked really hard.
那想问一下，在首枪局和 XLG 交手是一种什么样的感觉？因为今天可能他们几乎赢下了所有首枪局，除了最后在霓虹町你们赢下的那一个。
我觉得就是也不要咋说，反正就高手不赢首枪局。
I think the high-level players never won the pistol round.
I love that excuse, or, you know, analysis, shall we say, Nobody. Final question, especially on split, you look like you might be prime EDG again, making the top 3. Do you agree?
那今天可以看到你们整体的状态非常的好，我们会觉得好像看到了一个巅峰时期的 EDG， 你有这种感觉吗？
我觉得如果是巅峰 EDG 的话，图2应该已经赢了。
I think if we are the prime Edward Gaming today, we should won the map 2 and we should won the game.
Well, there's just 2 more games between you and the trophy here in London, so good luck, Nobody. Thank you so much. Guys watching around the world, stick around. Oh, brilliant. Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're probably wondering how I ended up here. It all started when I got to the FIFA World Cup. And wow, thousands of Verizon customers.
Oh, you got the free Verizon tickets too? No, I'm...
With amazing seats.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And even pitch-side access.
Are you? David Beckham.
A Verizon customer.
This used to be for players. Now it's for Verizon customers. No one gets you closer. Only on Verizon.
In esports, legendary moments demand speed, scale, and soul. Players and fans bring the heart. Technology brings it to life. Every frame, every stat, every decisive play. In partnership with the VALORANT Champions Tour, we're driving digital innovation that empowers the esports ecosystem to keep expanding. So players can focus on the game, and fans can focus on the moment.
Oh, okay. 30's not bad. Josh, step forward, please. Josh has come as a witch. I have no idea why. Maybe this is a hint as to who the next agent is going to be. Josh, please, toss your balls. I need to think about how I want that. Okay, nope, that's yellow, that's not green. Aim for the green. Oh, never mind. Never mind, Josh. You look very fetching in that hat, though. You won the fashion victory today. Okay, Edward, please. I'm so sorry, London. I made myself giggle. I'm terribly naughty. Okay, right, yellow balls. Oh, it's okay. There is always one that doesn't quite stick. 60, that's not bad at all. Oh, it's on the line. I think, you know what, you've got a tidy 60 there, so I'm actually going to be really mean about this one because everyone else hasn't gone that well. All right then, Edward, step back, please. It's Aaliyah's turn. Here we go. Okay, the blue ball, step back a tiny bit.
Welcome back, everyone, to Masters London and our second upper bracket match of the day, and it's a good one. It's Pacific's PRX taking on EMEA's Team Vitality. Of course, Golden War here alongside with the M duo, the Mini Mimi duo.
Yeah.
The Mini duo. I don't know. I'm trying out here, dog, but it's rough. It's rough. A Evil Cat and the coach of PRX/Fnatic. In any case, so folks,
Zeta now.
Division. Yeah. Oh, Zeta Division as well. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Gotta respect Zeta's game. But of course, folks, let's go ahead and talk about this matchup because it's safe to say that there have been a lot of surprises out here in London. But PRX has been, as what we've come to expect from the squad, predictably good, Minnie. And it does feel like they're coming into this one as a tournament favorites, although I do think a lot of EDG fans might be contesting that.
Yeah, I think they were clearly the favorites coming in, and they've been delivering on that. I think in the map against Lev, Ascent was the highlight to me. 13-1 against Lev on a map where Lev are supposed to be like one of the best in the world on that map. It's a bit of a shaky map for PRX, but they just show that they got that world-class dominance. It doesn't matter what map they're on. If they're on fire, if they're in the mode, they're going to destroy everyone.
Yeah, and I love the way they changed up the composition they were playing there with that double Sentinel look. They did such a good job of being incredibly active on their defense, constantly creating new problems for Lev. Whenever they had good information, they were putting down the Sentinel utility late on the other side and being super proactive with the rotates. And while the second map was closer, this to me looked more like maybe some of the games in the Pacific Final where it was a rough defense half and then a complete runaway on the attack side with PRX, with Jing, with the double duelist absolutely running it down and displaying a bit more of the mechanical prowess than the strategic there.
Yeah, you can never cut them out of a game. Even if they're down in a map, they just have that world-class thing about them. It doesn't matter if they're down in a
individual skill.
Down in a map, they've got it all. They've got the individual skill. They've got the right way to play this meta, the explosivity. It is just like their year right now.
Yeah, and also, too, what always stands out with me with this PRX team is they don't just, like, go for the plays. Like, they'll go for some wild moments for sure, but there is a thought process behind it. And yes, we can always say W Gaming, you know, trying to make these plays happen, but they level those risks quite well, and more often than not, because of that individual gun skill, they shine.
They are the most intuitive and instinctive around understanding macro play. They might not necessarily be able to break it down for you and tell you how to play strategic Valorant, but they just have that feeling, and they know when they should be pushing. They know when they should be rotating. It's incredible. Like, I've learned a lot working with this team as a coach.
Yeah. And it's not just in the late rounds, the mechanics that builds the team out of situations. I think when you look across the world, they're one of the best teams at team fighting in some of the most weird and chaotic situations, and having incredible innate synergy between the players. I feel like they're able to react and swing together and navigate situations that are so rarely presented to a team, but to figure it out so quickly.
A lot of their server time when they're practicing, they like to go in and do those little combos and talk about how they're going to fight for space, and they got so many reps doing it, and that is what they are the best at in the world.
Yeah, they truly are phenomenal when it comes to that. Of course, one player in particular who's always phenomenal, one of my favorite players, Forsaken, had an opportunity to catch up with Jin ahead of the match.
Jen here with PRX's Forsaken. Jason with other top seeds going home and struggling at the moment. You guys are playing a solid game, but who do you guys see as the tournament favorites?
For me, I would say EDG. Okay. Yeah, because like we screamed them a couple of times, and I can see that I think they're coming back in form. Like 5 of them, like they're really coming back in form. So I think for me, EDG.
So Vitality's not up there in your perspective?
Nah.
Okay. I respect it. Forsaken out there throwing a little shade over at Vitality. But of course, you know, we're talking about a team of just absolute professionals on the other side of the field. Vitality exceeding expectations, but they managed to take down regional rivals, Team Heretics. And it does feel like the boys are looking pretty good here. And Minnie, you got a lot of experience with these boys, with just playing against them, playing with them, being a part of the systems that they have also created. What can you tell me about this Vitality team?
Well, I think that they're really underrated right now because of their grand final loss against Heretics.
Fair.
Apart from that, in that playoffs, they were phenomenal. They were amazing. They had switched around a lot of the way they played. Before that, they were a little bit loose, and they've gone with a structure that I think makes a lot of sense. They're playing with protocols on the defense, and that is how Dirk and Chronicle are used to being coached and used to being played, and that is how you get the most out of these players. You let them have a little bit of a system, and then when the fighting gets tough, that is when they shine in these big moments to make individual plays.
Yeah, in the group stage, I was quite critical of some of their late rounds in particular, how they were playing their micro, the way they were team fighting. I felt like it was too individualistic, and they were opening themselves up to get that exploited against other teams. This first match they played in the playoffs was against an underperforming Heretics, but I think not only did they look much better in the way they were playing together in their late rounds, but they came into this game with a really good approach of how to play. On the attack sides in particular, knowing Heretics relies a lot on mid-round re-aggression, they were buying into the attack side op, they were playing a lot of really good slow rounds. I was very impressed with the calling, with the poise from them to be able to deal with Heretics in such dominant fashion. It looked very, very clean.
I think the irony of it, though, is you're saying, you know, Vitality, when they're doing the individual things, maybe not the best situation for them. Meanwhile, with PRX, go out there, fight your ones, live your best life.
But my point isn't that one of these teams can and the other can't win out in the chaos. I think what matters isn't the mechanics, but the micro of how they play around each other in these late team fights. That's what you were highlighting that PRX is excellent at, and I felt like Vitality wasn't at that same level.
Yeah, I think Vitality's strength is their structure and their kind of game planning and their protocol system.
Yeah.
PRX aren't going to have that. They're going to intuitively know what to do. I think this is a big challenge, the biggest challenge that Vitality have ever had. They have
100%.
not been punched in the face this hard before, and it's going to be extremely interesting to see how they try to contain PRX. They contained Foot in the last game, but PRX is a completely different beast.
I don't know if people can contain PRX. It's proven to be very, very challenging. But if there's one individual who has the ability to do just that, it's one of the greatest of all time. It's Chronicle. He had an opportunity to catch up with Jen earlier today.
Here at Chronicle of Vitality. Chronicle, what can Vitality do against PRX that other teams couldn't do, maybe in the past, and maybe here in London?
I think that will be a secret, otherwise I'm gonna show my cards instantly. But I will let them be a little bit scared.
Okay, alright. It's a secret though.
Yeah.
Jen just not able to get blood from the stone there. Good try, Jen. But you know what, though? When you look at this team and we talk about the individuals, and yes, they are great together, but there is one person who, whenever I see him in those moments, he can't clutch up. Durka. Again, this team is loaded with GOATs. Genuinely just talent up the wazoo. But Durka is going to be a guy that I'm certainly keeping my eyes on in this matchup.
Yeah, I think it's about the fact that he somehow is underlooked time and time again, despite the fact that every time he is at a global event, he is frying. Like, look at some of those stats. He is, in my opinion, the best entry player of all time. I think that he is one of the best duelists of all time. Maybe sometimes when he goes to global events, maybe even Fnatic, Vitality, they don't go as far as maybe in some of the tournaments, but every single time that Durka is there, you go into that VLR page, he is up the top there every single time. Maybe regionally, he wasn't as strong, but as soon as the bright lights hit, he is frying, and I think this meta is perfect for him with the Jet and the Raze.
And he showed up massively in that opening game of the playoffs for Vitality, one of the most consistent players, like you're saying. But if you're looking at Vitality, you focus on Durka, you focus on Chronicle. They're guys that are in the absolute conversation for greatest individual player of all time. But I feel like at this point, there's almost no contest that PRX is the greatest team of all time, especially if they keep form in this event, can make it on another deep run. Their consistency is incredible. They've made more global events than anyone else. This is some of Valorant's GOAT players against who is right now the greatest team.
Yeah, I think this match and this tournament will mean a lot to these players' legacies. You know, we got Chronicle looking for his fourth. We got Durka there cementing the fact that he could be the greatest duelist. His head-to-head is something who I think is the greatest duelist of the modern era, and PRX for sure the greatest team in this modern era, if not of all time, depending how this tournament goes.
Hey, look, no matter what, tall task for Team Vitality, but let's hear from Sayonara on Vitality, on the Vitality squad about this Masters run in this HyperX player moment.
Hello guys, my name is Vitality Sayonara. Feels really good, a really dominant win and a good momentum boost for us for the playoff start, and a sweet revenge for the grand final in EMEA. I believe they played the same, maybe a little bit worse individual wise, but I think they tried the same ideas, just I think we played a lot better and we adapted to what they were doing. And we just got used to the stuff that they pull. Nothing much to say, it was a very straightforward game. We destroyed them and we're looking forward to our next opponent.
Can't quite get out of this for now. He's managed to play his life and Sayonara with a double! You don't get to! Durka Sayonara! This is a massacre on a mistake made! And Boo now has to face the consequences. The leader in game has to deal with what they've just done.
We should have been the #1 seed, I agree with Profek, but at the end of the day it doesn't matter. #1 seed, #2 seed, we are gonna play good no matter what, and we are on fire right now. We will give anyone the fight that they deserve, and we will show that we are better, and we are gonna dominate no matter who we play, and we're gonna give them a tough game and an entertaining game for the fans to watch.
Okay, so I want Sayonara to basically motivate me in every aspect of my life.
Yeah.
Straight talk, keeping it real, $150, exactly what you want to hear. All right, let's jump into our skirmish side selection, shall we? As we have PRX here, and oh, who's this on the PRX side here?
Oh, that's Tommy, their team manager. There's a running joke in PRX, they like to send whoever out, and they've been trying to get Tommy in the scrimmage for a while, and I think there's a reason maybe why he hasn't been there before, but he does manage to get a kill.
He got a kill! Pop off, Tommy! He got 2 kills! Let's go!
Oh, no contact.
Oh, it's okay. Hey, I'll take 2. I can't even get 1, so I will give Tommy all the credit in the world there.
I mean, today we got a win for a coach, but not a manager. It's a shame.
Yeah, the manager's just... The manager. My God. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our maps, picks, and bans and see where we're playing.
Right, hello and welcome guys. Let's do the map veto for PRX versus Vitality. Vitality won the skirmish, so they're going to pick their side.
Hello, it's me, and I'm gonna pick Team A.
Team A, alright. Which means you are banning first.
We ban Ascent.
Alright, Vitality bans Ascent, and what PRX bans?
We are banning Pearl.
Alright, Pearl is also banned, and Vitality is picking.
Today is a cold Breeze again, so we pick Breeze.
Alright, and the side for Breeze, please.
We go defense.
Defense, and your map pick PRX.
We are picking split.
Alright, splits, and the side for split.
We start attack.
Okay, so we have Fracture, Haven, and Lotus left. Vitality banning first.
We ban Haven.
Haven is gone.
We're gonna
we
go
have
easy on me with this one.
Fracture and Lotus left.
We're banning Lotus.
Alright, which means the sider is Fracture and Vitality is picking the side.
This feels like million years ago, but I think we pick attack.
Okay, so quick recap. We start with Breeze, PRX defense, then we have Split, Vitality attacks, and if we go to the decider map, which is Fracture, Vitality attacks. Everything correct?
It's time to set fire to the rain.
Good luck, guys.
How could you not love Vitality, man? These guys are characters.
Have you been enjoying the dad jokes?
Yeah, I love it.
Time.
I love it, man. It's so good. I mean, come on, look at me. Obviously, I'm enjoying it, Minnie. I'm easy to please.
You're the target audience.
I am. You know, not the youth that are watching this show. That being said, though, folks, I mean, we got our series, we got our maps. Let's talk about it. I got Breeze, Split, and if necessary, we're taking a trip over to Fracture. We feeling maybe a 3-mapper today, Mimi?
I do think getting the Breeze in here early is good for Vitality. In terms of non-Americas teams, they have my favorite harbor of anyone here. So I think this is a great place to start, but it's going to really be a test. PRX at their best are a nightmare on this map. This is where the individualism absolutely shines with their double duelist.
All right, folks, this is it. Let's go ahead and bring out your two teams for this epic clash. It's Vitality and PRX.
I feel like I belong in the international stage. Seeing the crowd when I walk out to the stage, I feel amazing. I think one thing I learned in Santiago was how I switched my mindset to just feel and be in the moment.
Holy shit.
I just let the moment be itself and enjoy every second.
We got a good momentum boost in groups. We adapted to some new style. Everything just clicked and we are on fire right now.
I think Vitality is a great team, but now we're gonna be going up against them and we feel very confident. Chronicle and Durkee, they're very experienced, and the chemistry between those two, you can see it there and it's legit.
PRX players, they play with utmost confidence. They will get in your face.
This is something.
But I believe that our playstyles will match kinda well. We have the structure, they have the confidence and the aim. We will match quite well and we're gonna give a fair fight.
Team Vitality, this might be your home region, but watch out. The train has arrived.
PRX, I'm sorry to tell you, this is your last stop.
Show me how to feel alive. Hold me close and let it ride. Show me how to feel alive.
With world-class players on both teams, this matchup could go to the end of the line. It's PRX versus Team Vitality.
On the one side, you have a team that is loaded with great players. Ghosts, a lot of them you'll call. You got players like Chronicle, players like Durka, but they're facing off against a team that is considered to be the greatest of all time. It's going to be a challenge no matter what, but an epic clash here for Pacific and EMEA.
For EMEA, it's that classic style, the structure, the preparation, against a team that can always shut them down. One of the most chaotic, aggressive squads that this game has to offer. And on the verge of yet another top 3. If PRX perform this event, I don't think anyone can doubt anymore that they are the greatest team of all time. A chance to make yet another finals weekend. But this would be something new for a Vitality that, despite high expectations these last 2 years, hasn't been able to deliver at the internationals.
What does it mean, Minnie, for a Vitality team that can manage to get past the train of PRX and on top of that do so with a spot in the top 3? What does this mean to these guys?
Well, I think that they're able to win today. I think they're the clear favorites for the tournament. I think that they have that firepower, they have that experience, they have the blend of a bit of hunger from their inexperienced players, and they have the structure. They have everything there. It's just about whether it comes together today.
It's such a big moment, I think, as well, for Durka, for Chronicle. They were at the absolute top of the game when they were on Fnatic. Ended up leaving that team, going down to Vitality. Durka stepping over earlier. And that's really a risk, right? To step away from a team that has always had such success, that has always been on top. Project hasn't been able to live up to return them to those lofty heights yet. But there would be absolutely no better way to cement yourself, not just as a member of a great team, but as singularly the greatest players to do it. If you beat PRX here, you send the tournament favorites to the lower bracket.
Yeah, I think this is a legacy-defining matchup potentially. We've got, as we said, PRX, they have the players, they have the achievements. Yeah. Vitality, as an organization, this is their time to shine now with the great players that they have.
Oh yeah, prolific organization across all of esports is Vitality, but you guys, of course, bring a very important point here, which is that experience. I think when you look at what we saw in EDG and XLG, you had an EDG team that was used to the bright lights of the big stage, and then you had XLG team that was not just punching above their weight class, but also showing that they too can match there, but they had to prove that. Both of these teams, that ain't the case. They've both been in these situations before, and they have the leadership to guide them.
I mean, it's going to be Sayonara and Prophet we're looking at for that narrative, but both of them have been great. Sayonara in particular has been shining. The way he plays the game, so methodical, it is so great to see that that methodical brain is just able to work, and he doesn't get nervous in these moments, it seems.
You heard him in the interviews? I mean, my guy's locked in.
That guy is a very mature train of thought. It does not surprise me the way he plays, given the way that he talks.
Yeah.
Vitality delivered in their first match. It was a completely dominant win against Team Heretics in the playoffs. But things looked a little bit shakier in the groups. Things could have gone awry in those games. Some individual performances away from it being a completely different story. This is the match for me to cement which Team Vitality this is. If it's the one that stomped Heretics, if it's the one that can handle PRX's aggression and stay strong under that, or whether it's a completely different look. Agent select here. It's a return to compositions for both teams. Vitality bringing that Harbor to bear against PRX double duelist.
Yeah, and I think that highlighting what you said before, I think that Vitality are the best Harbor team in the world outside of the American teams. I think that they really understand how to play in those post plants, pushing forward with those Harbor walls, and on the defense, they understand the floods and the retakes. It's beautiful to see. But PRX on this defense, there are times I've seen them so locked in, so in flow state, that they're in the opponent's spawn almost in the first 10 seconds of the round. It's criminal.
I could just see PRX straight up just disrespecting the Harbor walls, not even giving a crap about it, if I'm being honest with you, with the way they play, Mimi.
And they're good at fighting, at disrespecting you, at pushing you into the back of your chairs. But when I think about this Breeze, what my eyes are going to is the two guys on Jet, Durka and Something. The meta had moved away from both of them for a long time, having to pick up different roles. But when you think about Valorant, these are two of the pinnacle players on this agent, on the best map for the Jet, facing off today.
Yeah, I 100% echo your sentiments. There's been very rarely times where they've actually been able to match up against each other, and this is the perfect moment for that Jet meta.
All right, London, it's time to start the game. We got Vitality, we got PRX, and who better to call all the action and two of the greatest of all time, Pansy and HiPop.
Yeah, thank you. And what a tantalizing prospect this one is. The miracle against the machine. I mean, Vitality built to be a championship level team, now facing arguably one of the greatest teams we have as they stand.
Yeah, and it's always just a different test to come up against PRX. Again, you can go back, you can watch VODs, but they are VODs you can take very little away from.
Yes.
For me, though, Vitality, to be honest, the person that gets tested the most here in this roster is Yampy today.
Oh,
again, we're starting on the
100%.
Breeze. Again, loving what he's doing on the KO recently, but he's going to be so crucial in some of these moments in a round, not mid-rounding, but where that second wave of pressure comes through, their ability to fight back.
I'm going to echo that even further. I'm looking at the coaching staff as well. It's one thing to think you're prepared for PRX. It's another to face them in the server. This team has X factors that people cannot contain. And today, a new challenger. Vitality on the attack inside, PRX on the defense. And let me set the tone for you already. Look at middle.
Already postured up here. PRX, eyes trained, and Yampy will fall off rip. So plenty of time left on the clock here, but Vitality look to pick up the pace here on the back of that. Gurkha sent forwards, Sheriff in hand. Doesn't get a fight just yet. A ping here, but a couple of spams. So close to connecting.
Yeah, insanely close, but Devi still on the case. Brilliance from Devi. The guy is unstoppable with 4 kills.
Devi is tilted as well.
Stealing.
Convincing from PRX here. Straight up the guts, they catch Yampy. Just at that moment, they're looking to pivot towards A as well. Devi finding 4, shuts this down before there's any hope. If that's any sort of appetizer.
God, the main course.
Yeah.
Oof. 4 in the first round, and the 5th could have happened. Oh, well, well. Welcome back to playing these boys, eh? As said, some of Vitality know what it's like. The rest are now getting a really rather brutal introduction. As Forsaken, not looking particularly concerned, but gets his head taken off. Chronicle going to find one back.
Can't necessarily scale out main just yet. Timing not going to be there. Chronicle's got a second here.
How has he got 2? There's no right to get 2 there. Little upgrade found. And India's got to be careful to not get isolated, but confidence is still in play, and the young gun, the new man to the stage, now to be tested. Something in Divide, 2 of the monstrous players in the small glimpse of what we've seen from PRX thus far here in London. And Sayonara having to find them both. Not to be, Divide, safe pair of hands, and a second round.
Hints of that disrespect showing already from PRX. Happy to take the fight forwards. Chronicle finding 2 outrageous kills, though. Yeah. Him to be very comfortable with this sort of matchup as well. We talk about the experience. It's not often. There's not many players you put in the bucket of the level of experience versus a roster like PRX.
Yeah.
But he is certainly one of them. Let's buy around here for Vitality. And stacked up on the other side here. PRX outside double doors and still bodies towards top mid as well.
That's pacey from the get-go. Oh, something. Wind out the sails, but a quick trade there. Nice from Yampy, but the spacing is great from PRX. Not going to let anything really go aside. Prophet! Belter of a shot. This is just going to be a bloodbath, isn't it, man?
Meanwhile, Chronicle's taking the space here. Spike not to hand, though. Got to shut this down to prevent a bonus conversion. It's sloppy. So 1 for 1. Chronicle now 62 HP. Envy way healthier.
He's read it correctly for the first couple of seconds, but just turns back in time.
Chronicle's on today.
Yeah, he is, and you need him to be. You need your Durkas, you need your Chronicles, your big boys to be able to step up to this, because it is going to be a bit of a welcome to the bright lights moment for the others, because everyone is hitting today. Envy's firing, Devi's there. I mean, you only have to look back at the previous game from something and see what a monster he is. It's a scary, scary roster. Again.
Certainly some of the other rounds here. Again, PRX just happy to brawl out the early round. Not necessarily here, though. We spread a little more thin. Chance here for Vitality to set something in motion. He actually takes a tag here off the drone, forced back. And prevented from really pushing any further forward. Device still here, but does duck away.
They're trying to strong-arm the approach towards A, though. They've got plenty of bodies on the side. They haven't really tested much beyond that. And again, it has been Chronicle being the one to swing things over, but Envy again looking sharp. Great control from Chronicle, and a pause they haven't actually planted just yet. They've kind of taken their time here.
Yeah, concerning, actually, that timing potentially passing them. MP trying to bait something out here, a push.
Yeah, they're close.
They might just go for it.
Yeah, they baited it out, but here it comes, and they're losing! Vitality thought they may have had the upper hand. But the weapon's being recovered. Jing is still on just that pistol, but there's plenty on the ground now. He wants it. I think he's got the upgrade. And Profect still just on that Guardian. You're looking at Chronicle to help out here, but PRX have taken back this side of the map, and they've got the spike there. And he overpeaks there. Well, it's not really an overpeak with PRX. They're happy to show off that capability and talent.
30 seconds
But
left.
Profect, I was gonna say, had gotten out, maybe unnoted, now certainly considered. Sharp on the first, needs 2 more. Not gonna get 2 more. Jing closing down the account, and PRX on a lighter purchase, willing to fight for the space.
Brute forcing off these 2 pistols. It's not even to play in the rifle. I mean, it's Jing to find one there with a pistol behind that. Beautiful stuff. Actually, I mean, a couple of these situations, you want to see Vitality maybe shy away. Wait things out. Be a little more equipped to greet this aggression. That's, I mean, it's always unorthodox. Gonna have your head on a swivel for sure. Chronicle Profect, early ultimates here. Sayonara 1 for Hunter's Fury. You're not gonna have the weaponry here to really contest in round 5.
Oh, it's rinse and repeat though, isn't it? Not seeing too much different in the way of this. But again, the purchase, obviously the big differential. But again, this map, not unfamiliar with Vitality either, playing it throughout the majority of series. Against Heretics, and of course, in the first. The Byte already going to deal with Sayonara, so easy stuff. Going to get a plant. That's in. Small silver lining. Any more would be surprising. Something in MV looking likely. This is clean work. PRX not looking fussed or phased. They look absolutely spot on.
Run away with a flawless here. Again, this ult cycle going to be huge for Vitality, but it needs to net a couple of rounds. Need to be frugal in terms of investment. A missed dart here. Start off. Again, doesn't necessarily have a huge impact. Call an early timeout here for Vitality. Maybe just to check in. Said a couple of situations where they are just being caught off guard. I mean, the one thing you can prepare for is kind of leaning into that sort of playstyle PRX. I mean, they are begging you to fight them in some of these rounds, especially on the buy rounds where we'll send somebody forward. It's like, so often we criticize, oh, you're peeking solo, there's nobody to trade off that. PRX love that. Well, we'll send somebody forward, we'll solo swing something.
Because it never quite feels as coin flippy with them as well, because they are so mechanically good and they do have systems behind it, such a belief system with it as well, and the coin-based win condition hopefully being kind of chewed through by Vitality's coaching staff. And I think this is what I was kind of alluding to at the start of this game as well. It's very different facing PRX in these environments and kind of coming into this. It's going to be hard work for Yampy, it's going to be hard work for the coaching staff. I don't think many teams globally and historically have always had PRX's number. It's, a couple of teams have figured it out once in a while.
I mean, you can count on one hand the number of times we've had interviews where it's like, yeah, pretty confident going into this series.
Yeah, we got great read. Easier said than done. So it is going to be a tough test, and it's not just on the server. Obviously, the visual element is that these guys hit like a truck, like every single one of them. But it's the prep behind it. It's can you dismantle that? Can you disrupt it?
So the ult cycle aligning here for Vitality, but PRX are stacked up as well, only missing Forsakens. So they may be anticipating a set piece here.
It could be, and into this round with Vitality, we are going to have a listen in to see how things are developing on their side and see how Yampy's handling it. So let's actually check in with that right about now.
I think we know life comms are up.
Boys, can we just do a Fnatic B split instead from this? With the ult. Stefan, do you have drones? So
Yeah.
Okay,
The
we
only
can
thing,
just do
guys, I cannot send the orb. I need to take a...
I'm not holding B anymore. Don't do orb, just smoke the mid cross. And can you see on double door?
I'm ready. I smoke.
Wait, wall. I'm anti.
I'm doing C.
I just start this down. Yeah.
Could be elbow now, boys.
Yeah, we will clear it. So we just do...
I do C.
Go up, David.
Nothing.
Let's go. I'm with you, Danger. 3, 2, 1.
I'm running from there.
Lost mid clear.
Top mid peeking. And Omen, beat trap.
Oh, the confidence on Divide to repeat that, and then the push out as well. Doubling down, it's not just a solo endeavor. You can see where Jing is, willing to push further forward. He could slice behind them and saying behind them, something is hunting them down. Push through from A main, strangling them. This is just complete and utter destruction. Durka has no safety. He does not know where he can step, where he can walk. Something spots him. This is a vintage battle, and something has his number.
Durka is just a split second off that glance into spawn to catch this. But even then, I mean, PRX just running rings around the other backline of Vitality here as they're trying to set up desperately. It didn't even get to a point where they can really put a plan into place to invest something in terms of this ult cycle. It's Envy and the Hunter's Fury applying so much pressure. Device sitting at 10 and 2 right now.
It's a brutal display so far, and looking at the tempo of this, I don't think it's going to stop. You have to somewhat quell that aggression from PRX.
That was the one that Vitality slowed down. You want it to be a little more methodical.
I love that kind of re-hit, though, almost. That kind of re-aggress from PRX. Now they're going to just actually do it themselves. Chronicle overwhelmed. Jing's got mid. Envy does get taken down, so there could be an issue here, but Devi holding the corner well. Jing in support. This is all going their way. It looks too easy. Sayonara and Profek completely out of sorts here. Going to try and get a plant. You're hoping for miracles now.
Good consider the pit here. I mean, nice skill from Sayonara over the top.
They need a round hit. And this is the younger guns here. Sayonara's fallen. It is all on Profek. A 1v3 against this squad would be something to remember, but they want this one back. They want that board kept clean. And I think Forsaken's got the angle. Oh, he's actually fallen, but the trade, instantaneous. It looks so simple with these guys. And something I'm going to start looking at as well for Vitality is, honestly, Durka here. Again, roll your minds back historically, previous teams and previous performances, saying, and quote, lost my confidence. They've been pushing everything and hitting everything. And that still holds true. This guy has had his work cut out and had to deal with this roster time and time again. And he's just not landing today.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
This gamble in mid is insane, by the way. So when the dart gets sent down, somebody shoots it, cool, full send. That's the green light that PRX need to just execute onto the back line. Again, there's no contingency here to really bail Chronicle out. PRX just holding no punches whatsoever. He's opening 7 rounds. Durka looking to pick the pace up a little bit, catches Jing off guard, but Forsaken on the other side, that will go forwards.
Tell me there's ever an upswing for Vitality, because it's instantly backed by PRX. They are so good at always evening things up and then taking the lead. Something in full control until beheaded. Profek trying to keep the boys in this one. But PRX are on the move already. And you know they're confident, you know they'll swing it, you know they'll take a fight. Durka going to take their life though. Follow-up found! Maybe spoken into existence, but Envy in a 1v2. And they're relatively split, but in complementary positions. So Envy has to try and divide and conquer. And he's managed to find...
Oh my God, he's here so early.
He is, and he's completely unnoted. Profek. He's gone down, and now the 1v1 Sayonara. Barely stepping on a stage like this. Welcome to the big stages. This is PRX's home.
Just catching Sayonara again, just...
They're so good, man.
So confident to hold this peak. It's heartbreaking to see some of these situations. Again, timeout called. I think Pal's probably hearing things that are out of sorts and wants to check in once more. 7-1 the scoreline.
This is the big leagues though, isn't it, really? Because, like, look, and I think we were kind of talking about this as it is another timeout for Vitality. We've seen them throughout this so far, DRG, Foot, and Team Heretics, and they look pretty good. They look very good, actually, even compared to regional form. I think all of us were like, okay, they've made a step forward. This is the first big boy they're facing, though.
Yeah, like I said, it's always a different test as well. It's not like a, hey, how well vetted are you versus international teams. You always put PRX outside of that bracket, right? It's, again, you can go and prepare for, what do you do? Watch the last VODs and...
Hope you got them?
Yeah, exactly. You have to have such faith in your ability to execute, and you just don't get the opportunities to do so. You can see here, removing Chronicle within the first 15 seconds on the back of a dart being shot. They are willing to just coin flip so many situations, and they're so talented that they're not 50-50 coin flips.
They are not 50-50.
It's not a roll of the dice.
It really isn't. Because you can't say that by this point, right? It's like we've seen this consistently now. It's 70-30.
Yeah, there are teams every so often, it's just like, yeah, you know, things have aligned for them. There's a good meta for them, but this approach, their ability to just embrace the chaos is, I mean, it stood the test of time.
It has. It truly, truly has. And it's something that I think has won hearts and minds watching this team. The faith behind each of them to stand shoulder to shoulder, and the purchase obviously perfect with PRX. They're happy where they stand. On the other side, they're trying to scrape together a couple of Guardians, but the tempo's not really relenting. Forsaken, waiting, gets outdone. Instant trade, I tell you. Count the seconds between the kills. It is all PRX every single time. As Vitality are being made to look amateur today with only one round.
Spam catch onto Divide there, forced him a little deeper, but Jing still very healthy here. Something now picking up the angle towards the spike being noted earlier as well. So Profek has to be so careful. Again, that paranoia building of somebody else drifting outside of B will slow things down, but plenty of time left on the clock. And Sayonara just haven't been able to get anything done here.
Nothing of real value either. It's been kept behind utility cycling. And then you've got to take on arguably some of the nuttiest aimers on the other side as well. Jing has no reason to refall off this. Still very safe.
30 seconds
and very confident. It's sky high, it always is. Sayonara is at least going to get something back, but it is a 3v2 still. Numbers sit with PRX. The site now getting a slight bit of pressure, but that shock dart's dangerous. Chip damage done, and Chronicle feeling a little bit of that. Devi goes looking, loses his life. 10 seconds, so they're running low on time, and they've got no one left to take the fight. 8-1. This is dominance from PRX.
Absolutely brutal. Vitality just can't get themselves a solid grasp on some of these mid rounds.
30 seconds left.
And again, PRX just disrespecting it. I mean, Devi even here, 9 HP, walking front side just to try and challenge. Sitting at 14-4 right now.
Oh, he's having a game.
Yeah, running away with this half.
I still think Devi is such a big stage player, and I wouldn't even, seeing the way Vitality are playing, I don't know if I'll put him in it, but he is up to challenge, man. And every time you try and turn up the tempo, every time you try and maybe take a pause for thought, it doesn't matter how you approach the game, they're already pushing everywhere! Something making it hurt. Profek wants to punish, and he's going to catch Forsaken in the heels. At least can answer back, and no instant trade, but Envy is still on this angle.
Flash out here could be everything.
It's big, and it's got what they needed. Okay, that's a recoverable weapon. Step by step, making an account at least in this round. Jing.
See information. No way he's walking this, man. I mean, that's what I mean. Thank God Dirk is actually holding that.
It's a lesson I feel that you have to learn in the server. Again, I know we talk about it, but still. Into the side we go. This is looking like the most likely round, but look who's still alive. The two X-Factor players for me who have been outstanding. Ones that command attention, and for all the right reasons. Devi and something.
Spike planted.
Devi on site.
Sayonara all the way behind this as well.
Trying to clear as they go.
Here.
Sayonara should be the full stop to the round if it gets that dangerous. Yampi's done well to isolate one, and Vitality harness some of the aggression. It took a MasterCard Thrifty to flip it and get a second.
Maintaining 4 alive here as well. It's a great catch. Said from Dirk, and again, nice little tech there to protect the knife going in. Like this here is just, that's outrageous from Jing.
Yeah.
But it's only a second. That's how hard they have to work for one.
And again, but I feel like you can limit test when you're sitting at, what was it, 8-1 prior to that round? Why wouldn't you? Go for it. You could always simmer it down a little bit and try to imply the same sort of approach here. Toying with this same utility and knife. It's a lovely idea. It's only been in the server, but still, it's now called in the action. Something on patrol. Durka already up middle though, and Forsaken probably aware of this. Oh, that's a shot from Durka. Starting to figure things out a little.
I mean, yeah, getting absolutely spanked in the first few rounds, but now actually on the brink of breaking even, but something. Patience pays off for him. Chronicle will fall now. Durka, another kill.
Oh, it's pretty stuff happening here. Seeing the best of them, but can they clear Devi? He doesn't know how close he was.
The bait is beautiful. The steps away here.
But Envy still caught one back, and they're going to note something. So they know the last two players up against the 3 here. Spike is on site. Oh my
That's a
word,
tag, by the way.
somebody's going. He is getting closer. He's feeling this one. Oh no, you can't miss those shots. He gets it back in control eventually, but takes a lot of damage for it and something left in a 1v3. HP is not perfect. Takes down 1, 2 more targets in towards sight, and Durka's had a round.
Just about now breaks even, goes positive after that start to the half. Durka delivering some rounds here for Vitality.
Oh, he's been digging these players out of tough angles.
Comes to Jing is fantastic. This bait as well out of the pit. Fantastic stuff. Only missing PRX ultimate here. Vitality very well situated for this round 12.
Come into the unknown.
The judge, no shield for Devi. Hunter's Fury and a TP here for Jing. And something on the prowl once more. Quick rotation in effect here on the back of the drone. I mean, A site wide open right now. Vitality have a window of opportunity.
Yeah, Jing, I guess towards double doors, and you got Forsaken nearby. That judge, I don't want to say it's going to be tougher for him, but it
is in the outer range.
Tricky.
Just about now.
Yeah, there we go. So going to hear that to deny the attempt. And actually finds a player. PRX fall, and that's a problem. Now down to 4 and barely even seen a pixel. So Durka once again required, spots a player moving up, but Forsaken quick on his feet, making just pacey moves. He's already on site here. Forsaken looking to clear, is Chronicle to catch something. Yampy's fallen, PRX back on the site now, looking dominant, and they want more. Durka the one to try and stand the ground. He's got to go wild, but he can't do it alone. Chronicle so far away, this might be too little too late. I don't think he can. Can he see any part of this? I don't think he can stop the inevitable. PRX on 9. This is dominance, Mike. This is just an outclass.
And again, wide open sites contested by the Hunter's Fury, but the plant isn't good for Chronicle to play this late. He needs to make moves whilst all of this is happening. 9-3, a dominant display though from PRX. Durka starting to get fired up.
And they need it. They need every single player on because PRX is looking lethal today. 9-3, a solid half. And you can see it, man. Like, you still don't want to let Vitality wake up. However, Frankie is going to be standing by and hanging out with some of the watch partiers. So she is going to be handing over to kind of chatting away with them up at the booth with one of the co-streamers, Temet.
I've taken over Temet's stream, everyone, because Temet, you've been a very naughty boy. A couple of days ago, you baited the entire Valorant community. You said you were done playing Neon, but you're not, are you?
I'm not done.
No, so why did you tease us all?
I just wanted to see what people would react and if they actually believed me.
I was horrified, but 10 seconds into the video, I realized you'd lied to me, and I was even more horrified. I need to ask you, though, who is the best player of Neon in the world right now?
It's Forsaken for sure.
It's Forsaken, not you.
No, Forsaken.
It's Forsaken. And tell me about your love for PRX.
Yeah, so I've been a fan for PRX over a year now. I've traveled all over. I went to Korea and watched them. I saw them in Japan, and now I'm here in London.
And what was it about PRX that made you fall in love with them?
Just the W gaming. I like running it down. That's my play style, so W gaming.
Have you ever thought about maybe trying to be a pro Neon player yourself?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe next year when the circuit opens up more, I could probably have some fun with it. Try it out.
And you've actually been in Europe for a couple of weeks now, testing out the European servers. So which is better, North America or London?
Yeah, definitely. I think EU server is definitely better and a lot harder than NA ranked.
Okay, finally, before I let you get back to your stream, I just want to ask, would you ever cheat on Neon?
Never. I'm loyal. I'm loyal to Neon.
I'm going to corrupt him. Let's head back to the game.
Well, a little bit of corruption up at the desk. Shocking scenes.
Doesn't take long playing London servers to get corrupted,
No,
to be
true.
fair.
Why don't you try and go to Paris?
It's a matter. Yeah.
Nine.
Frank.
9-3 though. PRX put it on a show, man. I think this is just one of those things you get to pretty much learn on the fly.
Yeah,
right?
and it's like one of those. It's almost like you almost revert to damage control. It's like don't. Let them style on us, man. Like, that's the worst thing. Here we're starting on Vitality's pick, so that discussion semi out the window already, but...
Pretty much. Well, coming into this, though, we are going to have a quick listen-in straight away with the PRX side during this pistol to see how they handle what Vitality are going to be doing, because Durka is going walkabouts. Defy on the case, very much steadfast in approach, but it's pacey here from PRX. So let's tune in to see how this sight hit goes.
I'm flashing right. Flashing right. Kill. I'm with you, yeah. Nice. Jump on this.
Spike down.
Nice.
One enemy remaining.
Can be anywhere. I'm flinching for you. Hey, this one. Timing. Sound. He's sheriff, okay?
Planted.
He's picked the right spot. Oh, what a shot from something! Handing out headshots for free. It's double digits instantly for PRX.
Could be the... the beginning of the end here for Vitality. I mean, I'm going to see if anybody considers anything to follow up here in round 2. And the trades just come through so quickly for PRX here. Divide finding 2 crucial kills in transition as well. Unfortunately, something just has so much time and space. And I mean, he's lethal here in London.
It actually seems a little bit accurate after this. So simply clearing up as Vitality going to start feeling the reality of facing this side, but something. Yeah, has a look, man. He's still going. He's not going to back away. Double dips and has a go at it and doesn't get it, but Jing does.
How has Durka got that kill? Somehow. But it is 11 on the board here for PRX. Vitality, I mean, everything rides on this first buy round. They don't have the early progress or enough kills going on. The bank on an ult to follow either. It needs to be clean. Chronicle's coming into this without a shield. Do or die here already in map 1 for Vitality. 2 over towards top mid here. Might look to get a little aggressive. Back of Durka. Spotted out here, kept in check by Forsaken. Sayonara going forwards though. They want to challenge this.
Okay, I mean, I guess you have to back yourself in some of it, but PRX have been sending them back to spawn every single time. Willing to brawl. Let's see how the coin lands. Forsaken.
Look at the damage already done though.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned at Durka at Sayonara already. There's the next piece of contact swing. Great read on position, but great trade. Yampi on the counter swing. He can't handle it on the stun. Forsaken gives him a way out and gets the spike back in hand.
Meanwhile, Divide.
Oh no.
Right behind Profek here.
Oh, dearie me. Look at the timing on this one. Divide gets to be the bouncer of the A site. And he's got to be. Forsaken is low enough that it could be an issue.
They could just double wrap into spawn. In Forsaken, 14 HP, they've got to consider where the other unknown is, which is Chronicle.
Luckily, no Omen TPs to be concerned about at this point. But the plant is in.
Here.
And everything becomes an issue. There's no ease to this. First player spotted, they're going to note Divide, but they still don't quite know where Forsaken waits. So Divide prepares himself, holds the angle, and takes down Profek. He knows where Chronicle was, and he is absolutely on the money today. Just Sayonara left alive. It is stunning. It's sensational. It's all Divide.
He is just magical to watch. 21-8 here, the opening map of this series. Couple of bailouts, but a couple of ways he doesn't care about who he's facing off against. making them look like amateurs. Map point already here. And no ultimate, I mean, Dirk are the closest two away to the Blade Storm, but nothing to really rely on behind this. Might just look to overwhelm the A site here.
Yeah, they're going. I don't think they're going to be stopping for much now. They don't care, they're noted. Pausing for just a moment, but the bulldozers are in on the site. Perfect trying to hope for a shot in the dark. And Yampi on the verge of something. Oh, it's only one! You thought he'd get more, but Envy again, great positioning! And it's just everything. Everything goes right as PRX just look at this team. They are the underdogs. I hate to break it here. That narrative is dead and buried. They are the team to beat.
Absolutely insane performance here. Vitality left scratching their heads. 13-3 here on Breeze. Do not go anywhere. We will be back with Split right after this.
My ace, bro, yeah. Sorry, bang, sorry, I switching. Bro, that's my ace, bro. Alright, let's go, boys. The boys.
He's hunting down that title. The time to write the next chapter in the esports history books is finally here. And they fold it in his hands yet again. He steps up to the plate and he can knock this one out of the park. Now they shall be engraved alongside the greats.
Tired of off-season blues once Champs is over? Fear not, because Valorant is coming to the Esports Nations Cup, where players split from their clubs and compete for national pride. Will EMEA turn every round into a chess match? Is Brazil about to turn every map into ranked? Will Team USA ego peak every single angle? The final event of the year is not to be missed. Esports Nations Cup 2026. See you in November.
Hi, my name is Blake, or Vance. I've competed semi-professionally for Valorant, and I work on the game analysis team known as GAT. GAT consists of highly ranked players and ex-pros. We work alongside game designers to help them validate their gameplay goals, from agents, maps, to live balance changes, to even weapons and skins. Our day consists of test planning, full custom games, and post-game analysis through feedback and syncs. The planning revolves around setting team comps, maps, and designing strategies to best capture the gameplay goals we're trying to validate. We playtest every day, provide feedback for each piece of content. For maps, we work to validate their unique goals, moving from larger changes to finer details like how abilities interact with different spaces. At the same time, we verified that the map has strategic depth and intuitive gunfight expectations.
3, 2, 1, starting.
I've worked on a myriad of recent content like Vito and Neon. My favorite map I've worked on is Sunset. It let us address a key gameplay issue, players spamming from main into the site in post-plant situations, making them feel less dynamic.
Look into my eyes.
Here with PaperX's Alex. Coach Alex, what is going on with Divide and how did you guys manage to make everything go your way?
Actually, this is one of the first times he's ever done like all the NT himself. I mean, he put me and Ash out of a business because of a job because yeah, he did everything. You can see that he knew exactly what was going on, so it was quite incredible.
Thank you so much. Good luck. And that was Alex with a big, big smile.
I tell you, you love to see Coach Alex smiling. If you're the opponent, you don't want to see that. That much is for certain there. But PaperX, oh boy, managed to pick up a massive win. And you also had some great clutch plays. You heard Coach Alex talking about Divide, what that guy brings to the table here. I mean, Minnie, you're familiar with him, with your experience working with the guy. What's your perspective on him? Because from what we're seeing on the stage, my guy just took over.
Yeah, I mean, he's just an overlooked player. You look at their roster and head to toe in just talent, and it's nice to see him MVPing in some of these games. He did it in the first match where he was like, he had like one death,
was how he ended
the entire
that one.
time. He is just delivering and delivering. I think he's just a phenomenal anchor player, but he knows when to big tigers, so to speak. He knows when to make those big plays.
Yeah, I think here it was the anchoring that was really on display for Divide. What is so impressive about PaperX is you could look at any different tournament, and I think you could make an argument for pretty much any of their players to be the MVP. Yeah. So good on him. He was absolutely dominating this map.
I remember, I forget which is the one when Forsaken got the MVP, and we were all just like back and forth on like, who the hell do we pick from this team? I thought it was Jing. You could have made a case for Divide. It was like so much. The talent on this team is insane. So much so you saw it round after round. That, of course, brings us to our Verizon high-speed moment of the matchup. PaperX, it just really, it felt, you know, we make the jokes. They always talk about the train never stopping, but like, it is a thing that they do live up to, man. It's crazy.
For sure. I mean, this game started winning the pistol, the bonus, and rolling away after that. But what was really good was how proactive they were once they got the something off online. He did a really good job of early rounds getting into proactive positions like here in A main, and Minnie, that freed up the rest of the team to be so active in the rest of the map, fighting Vitality pretty much wherever they wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. You get the strong side with, well, it's a weak side technically, but strong side because it's something there with an operator, or are you going to running into one of these new strats that they got? It was trap plays every time. Omen on this map is a little bit uncommon, but the paranoia traps here are working beautifully for them.
Literally a pick your poison situation.
Yeah, it's brutal either way. And this is really reminiscent of the map one they played against Lev as well, where there it wasn't the AWP holding the extremities, but it was them fighting for space, leaving Sentinel utility, and then setting up trap plays and proactive looks on the other side. They're very good at hiding that weak side and being extremely proactive on defense.
I think I have to give some credit to the new assistant coach Wendler this year. I think that he's adding some of that structure in. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those game plans are coming from him. Usually PaperX like to play very loose, but there was a little bit of structure in there that I saw.
All right, well, PaperX, of course, should be feeling great after that win, but let's see what's going on the Vitality side of things as we have the coach standing by.
We have Vitality's coach, Pal. Pal, what did you guys learn about handling PaperX? Because it seems like they were one step ahead of everybody.
Yeah, you got to have more fun than them, to be honest. No, I think they did very well with putting more guns in our face than we had in theirs, and at the end of the day, that can make it incredibly simple. So for us, it's just about looking to punish some of the aggression, not letting them just have a lot of the space for free because they're brave enough to take it, and then just making sure that when we are taking those fights, we've got more bodies there than they do.
Well, it sounds like next map is going to be even more fun.
Honestly, I respect it because that has been the bread and butter of PaperX for a hot minute. They go up there, they have fun, they do what they do, and they destroy you in the process. Vitality need to find that within them, but it's very hard, Manny, to do that when, you know, the other team's like just beating the crap out of you and then smiling the entire time. It's quite tilting.
Yeah, I think this is unprecedented, PaperX's form right now. I think this is the best form we've ever seen from a team coming into a tournament, and Vitality have never been punched in the face this hard. It's going to be down to the experience of the individuals and down to the mentality here to bounce back.
This is the battle of the new versus the old in terms of some of the best Jet players in the world. This is the first ever time that Durka and Something have faced in a match. And game one, despite Durka warming up towards the end of that, I think you can squarely say that Something was dominant in it. You need Durka to keep that form. You need even more from him for Vitality to get back in.
Yeah, and I think the key things here for PaperX starting on this defense is they love to fight those extremities. We were talking about how they love to fight extremities this time. Middle is somewhere where Vitality can explore. Go towards middle, do a 1-3-1, and then decide later on how you want to commit. PaperX are just going to put 2 on one side, 3 on the other. They're going to be fighting for A main, fighting for B main.
Coach Powell had mentioned putting the guns in their face. How does Vitality achieve that goal, Mimi?
I think it has to come down to Sayonara and Durka and going for the proactive plays with them, being willing to get aggressive. But I also look at the weaker sides of Vitality's play, and that's towards Chronicle. You're mentioning this aggression on extremities. A lot of the time it's going to be Kron having to receive that. I wasn't super impressed with him in game one, but he's a big game player. He's normally excellent in these kind of positions, and I think that pressure will be squarely on him, but also very comfortable on him in this map.
Yeah, I think it's going to be down to him. He's going to be outside that A main. If he sees anything there, immediately tell his teammates to speed up and go.
Question on all of our minds is, can we get a map 3? Can Vitality force the issue? Let's find out. Send it over to your casters. Here's Pansy and Hypak for the call yet again.
And how are you meant to be confident coming into map 2
supposed to say yes
after
to that? Yeah,
it's 13-3 on map 1, and it wasn't close.
I think for me as well, hearing Powell discuss it, I mean, one of the things I said ahead of that map one, the crucial member of Vitality here is Yampy, and his ability to call when PaperX go aggressively. Yeah, cool, you can bank on gambling, right? Let's put 3 to greet some of the aggression, but I mean, you think back to some of the listenings during stage 1, it's like when Vitality looked the worst is when they were having to frantically discuss options, right? What was going on in the mid-round. So again, for me, sure, Sayonara and Durka, but Yampy has to coordinate it.
Profek. We'll be getting that game audio ready for you in a second. Profek doesn't know what's in front of him here, trying to set up the rest of the boys. Flash comes in, he turns, but he can't do anything about it. Jin comes flying out. They've set the bar of aggression high. Sayonara trying to help the rest of the team, but do they just scramble a rotation on this? Yampy's going for a plant, and he's so alone. He's got Kron watching the cross, but they don't believe that surely they haven't all walked B main. They certainly did.
Yeah. Yampy going to get caught off guard here. Now a 2v4 for Chronicle and Durka. This will require a massive fumble from PaperX Chronicles disconnected from this.
I just don't see them making mistakes of this caliber. But again, Durka trying to do something, but he can't even deny the defuse. Again, we've been here before. This is simple stuff for PRX. It's all too easy. They walk in, they walk out, and they get the first.
Another situation where it's like you can't just sit back. Yes, it's 2v4, but again, this plant just isn't something that's even a shred of certainty in the post. PRX hyper aggressive here for the pistol, and Vitality made the right move. I mean, Mini talking about it on the desk, explore mid, sure, but you lose out like that on the extremity. Again, it's not a guarantee.
No, absolutely not. And Profek put to what, just sit there and hope for the best at some points? It's incredibly hard. Again, PRX, until you are going to force them to respect you, they will do these things. They will take such liberties. And it works out so often.
How is he alive? 10 HP on Sayonara. Just to get the orb here. Vitality don't shy away. Forsaken's only burnt the one smoke, so we can cycle through here now. And that smoke almost implies a little bit of exploration. So Vitality probably going to sit here and wait for somebody to creep forwards, but now backing away from this.
They're not going to be given much.
I mean, that sells a second player close to B main.
It certainly does. And something that I think maybe goes unhighlighted or uncomplimented is that PRX aren't just the same old hold down W team. Look, we see it a lot, but it's refined now. It's refined chaos. They still have discipline. They have composure. They do outstay their welcome on that angle, though. Something is going to get traded on, and there is an upgrade in hand for Durka. Now, to do much more, it would be very surprising. The rotations are in.
Invi down to one, though, just inside this. The flash out is perfect, though. Catches Chronicle. Got anything else done here? No.
No.
Taking to catch
It's a
this
shutout,
now,
man.
yeah. Durka just going to head for the hills. Hide the weapon.
10 seconds. Find the weaker target. He still gets one on the way down. Fair enough. Not actually the worst outcome considering the round. 2-0. PRX once again not really looking phased yet. I just need Vitality to show me that they can at least control PRX.
Yeah, usually what we discuss is like, oh yeah, come back in round 3, but it's like you need like 4 or 5 rounds to start believing that, you know, there isn't just going to be statistically the 4 out of 5 success rate that PRX have of just running forwards.
And it's bonus time, right? And for PRX, they don't have a massive purchase here. They're not going to overinvest. They don't feel like they need to. Happy to kind of sit where they stand. And
something anchoring a site with a pistol.
Should be easy for Vitality. Only a pistol. And the rotations are pretty far away. So unless he goes completely unchecked, there's the flash. So they'll know that he is close enough. It's only a pistol, please! Vitality, you can't fall short on that front because here comes the rest of PRX.
That's a spike!
Oh, God.
What are you meant to do?
They look petrified. Luckily enough, Profek's got the spike and he's got it back down towards site, but that could have been a nightmare, and that's where it starts. Devi with the Sheriff in the back. Chronicles fallen. Profek sayonara. Gonna try and hold on to this. Devi, though, the last standing player, the final boss, the man in full form.
Toxin screen down.
Looking towards site. You gotta be on your A game if you want to fight this man. Oh my God! Oh, Profek, you are a brave boy going for that. They are going to get away with it, but that's what it takes to even just get a bonus round.
Just to get one on the board. And Yampi caught completely off guard here. Chronicle, they're staring at ramp. Again, they're so proactive, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere across the map. You don't get any semblance of safety. Something even a little tilted, he can't get the second kill here.
Yeah. And it didn't feel like he was far off it.
No?
Like, legitimately could have actually happened. But for now, we go into the meat of things, right? This is where we start really paying attention. Is there a reality that Vitality can push this one? PRX have already set the standard on map 1 being a 13-3. And now we wait. I'm still scared of Devi, even just with a shot.
Well, I mean, as well, and I'm just looking as well, something has an opportunity to punish 3 light shields, so it's not necessarily a big advantage here on the buyback in. for Vitality. And Sayonara one away from a showstopper. Curious towards mid, but no progress made.
They're so confident on these extremities. Again, you look at the fact it is just Forsaken on B. I guess like posted. And he's happily walking in towards B main, getting the orb, kind of
They are going to crunch on mid here.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And Dirk are waiting for it. They seem to wear. That's stunning! That's the Dirk you need, because Jing was right on the verge of getting a third. But now it's a 3v2, but don't forget about Forsaken. He's been waiting the whole time, but they should have heard his presence here earlier. They should know that he's around, but it's one thing to know he's here. It's another to try and deal depth towards him.
Left.
And it's going to need, again, miracles from the two classic players. So the last player should be considered. There it is. Chronicle and Durka, the two who know what it's like to face these boys, managed to drag it across the line.
You get some ultimates in hand now on the back of that. This is just beautiful from Durka.
If Divine had anything but a sheriff.
If there was anything but a sheriff there. Completely shut this down. Against the timing, I mean, Vitality are ready for it for sure. PRX, like I said, they're happy to roll the dice in certain situations. Both duelist ults, the TP here for Profek. Yampy and Chronicle missing theirs. It's Divine Jing to invest here. I mean, Jing does also have a showstopper to consider here.
Here.
You can see already that adjustment in the game plan from Vitality. Very, very deep hold here.
Yeah, really different. And a late re-clear in middle. Gonna dog through. Heavily favoring towards Maelstrom, up towards Heaven. And the reaction coming in. Chronicle's now got to be on red alert, got to be on guard. Does get a challenge. And, ooh, I thought they could have been another swing. Yeah, and I mean, they were considering it too, but they are coming back this way. Forsaken with a deep clear over towards B main. He's getting a lot of value, even though he's not necessarily getting kills here. Masses of information, allowing this three-play stack to hold position. There's the shot. Durka's dead.
Showstopper can go crazy here.
Oh my god, it actually might. Mine at Jing. Right place, potentially. Right time as well. Waiting for this one. When does he decide to go for this? Right about now. Doesn't even go for it in the end. Vitality given access towards Heaven. Leaving just two on the site, and with 30 seconds to Vitality continue forward. Do they want to try and face these Sheriffs? Maybe they do. Get a little bit dangerous here. Still a lot of respect shown, but you've got to be careful to not leave it too late. 20 seconds. There's not much room for error, and something still standing with 2 kills. Trying to get his way out of dodge. He can't escape it. So the plant should be coming up, and Forsaken with the Sheriff has to find 3.
10 seconds left.
They should be in good post plants. He's got an upgrade. Can he find a way to clear at least one of these players quickly? Don't know if he can.
I think he'll get a chance to here. And Profek's not holding actively, just shouldering.
So they know his position. Sayonara, what are we doing here? Out in the middle of the open, did you forget who you're facing? Chronicle again, closing out these rounds. A couple of very safe plays from these guys that are keeping this one in check.
The only thing that gives you paranoia there is the clock. Again, they don't have the confirmation on something. Luckily, Profek still sends a paranoia in. I'm not sure if maybe somebody had caught a glimpse.
Down A.
But again, it's Envy just a puff of the chest here to almost play him in. Come out of that with ton of ultimates, an operator in hand for something.
And I feel more importantly, in this timeout, it is a PRX called timeout, it at least feels like you're doing something right. And Vitality can check
absolutely.
into it.
Yeah, in
So,
terms
like,
of the mental game, it's like, hey guys, yeah, we've made them sweat a little
that's
bit
perfect.
now. Yeah.
And you've got to make them look mortal in some way, right? Because after, as I said, map 1 and the run up to this point, their form has been sky high. I can't not sing their praises, but it just feels like they haven't really had a challenge yet here, if I'm completely honest with you. It's been quite simple for them. So at this point, because what was it? Against Lev was 13-1 at one point. And there was a 13-10 in there.
Remember.
There was a 13-10, so credit to Lev for that. But still, this is the level of dominance they're bringing. This is an incredibly high level. So for Vitality to push a bit, this is a good indicator. Now, we know the coaching staff, though, for PRX is solid. They can come up with options, they can come up with plans, and they have plenty of ults to play with, and they have a good buy coming into this round.
So on the other side of things, we still have the ults we discussed previously for Vitality. And Chronicle missing 1 Yampy alongside that. It's a very good position to be in here for Vitality. PRX have so many ults to invest here.
this would be a
Durka
huge...
right over the top here, turn
God.
of pace, and will catch something.
That's an explosive start, but Device standing guard. He can't pivot, and what a shot! Beheading both as they desperately try and dive through those vents. The spike left pretty far away. That's a long way back for Kron, who's on the op now. Picking that one up. They've got safety in A, but I'm pretty sure PRX will test this. Yeah, look at Envy. Excellent read already. And Kron's cut off. He can't make it there in time now. And Jing, oh, it's a miss and it's a death!
That's the spike!
They couldn't get there in time. Oh, this is a fumble and a half, but a key round for PRX. Perfect, there's nothing to be said here. Instant reaction from PRX.
I mean, Sayonara, not spotted by the Seekers there. He wasn't moving. I'm not sure if I'm feeling the tech pause coming, but he was in a huge position to swing out of this smoke. But it's, I mean, a turn of pace here that completely catches them off guard. But Envy.
God, that adjustment.
And Chronicle's so close to landing it as well. But this is the thing, the pace at which PRX can respond. It's just overwhelming at times.
I do like the little IQ look there, but yeah, it is going to be a tech, probably because of what we were discussing, maybe something happening there. Just going to obviously let the...
I mean, they look perfect as well. I mean, I didn't catch it exactly, but the Seekers went into the smoke, and I don't think noted him on Heaven, or somebody else shot another one, but he was in a massive position here with the showstopper.
It's true. I guess look, I don't envy League Ops and the admins in this one, or the refs, really, because, again, it feels like Envy's impact was probably enough to swing the round, but probably is it good enough? You know, which way do we call the ruling on that? Again, not my job, thankfully. But a great reaction from PRX overall. I like what we were seeing there. Beyond that, though, does it feel that Vitality released on the pulse in your mind in this match?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, it's the right decision, right? You're typically coming out of a timeout, it's like, oh, we anticipate a little bit of aggression. Durka just going forwards here, taking the initiative is a good sign, right? The fact that they're still willing to make a play like that. Again, you find the opening win, and then for Envy to find two off the ropes is just, it shuts it down so quickly.
It really does, and then it's really hard to, you know, bank on
It's the number of instances you can get into. Yeah, you can get into that situation and then say, cool. Is it really sustainable? It never is versus PRX.
No, and again, they're one of the teams that, no matter the odds, they command our attention, sort of things. Again, in previous events, we've always said, never tell me the odds with these boys, because they can seem to go outside of that possibility, and I think you can see there is a little bit of work happening with Sayonara. So I think it was what we were discussing. So once we get an update, obviously we'll let you guys at home know. Thank you for your patience alongside us. And for PRX, is there any concerns here in your mind? Because I think, to me, the lens, and again, forgive me for those at home potentially if they're getting a little frustrated, because it is being, at least in my mind, looked under the lens of, has Vitality even got what it takes to challenge PRX? So I know there's a lot of talk about PRX being these underdogs and, you know, the princes without a crown, but
I come back to the same discussion,
that.
which is PRX is just always a different test, and it's form dependent, but I think many even said this is like the best they've probably looked, which is just another wild statement to make about a team like PRX. So this actually takes nothing away from Vitality in my eyes. It's just tough. I mean, call a spade a spade. Power was very open and honest. It's like,